It's Tuesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means?
I have a pretty good idea. I think so.
Means the enchantment won last night over the pandemics, and it was a heck of a night over at the pit for basketball, and how fortunate we all were to enjoy it in person, except for A. Marie, who asked me to send her text updates throughout, and I did not. That's what Tuesday means.
Thank God it was on TV.
Did you have it on your cellular telephone
I
while
had it on
you're
my
doing your biz?
Yes, I did. I had it on the TV.
Oh, the TV. Nice.
I am Fred Slow. You are Van Nunley. A. Marie with us on the program today. A. Marie, welcome back.
Oh, thanks for having me again.
A little double duty today for your girl. Hey, are you right now the most recognizable, popular sports personality in the entire town? Are you?
I don't think so.
Oh, because you're not sports influencer of the year like we are.
Or Jason.
You're a Jason.
No.
Kenny Thomas can join us in about 5 minutes. We're going to talk about the big game last night. Excited about that.
Can't wait.
I think the refs had some money on the Panamaniac.
Shut up.
Second half. It was a little rough to watch.
Shut up.
For an objective, neutral observer such as myself.
We're going to talk to Kenny about that, obviously. But the thing that I'm going to agree with you about is as we finished the first quarter, I think I turned to you and said something along the lines of like, hey, this is cool, this is basketball, but this is a lot of pick and roll, and this is a lot of going to the basket. But then at the end, when the whistles got a little swallowed and things got a little chippy and back and forth, and I was like, okay, this is as good or near good as anything I've ever seen in person.
I had an absolute blast. I mean, these guys just showing up on the court, being rusty, not playing with each other for a while. You could see that a little bit. For the most part, it was excellent basketball. It was an absolute joy to watch. This old rivalry being renewed by a bunch of alumni. It's really cool.
From social media, it looked like a packed house and like full of energy too. I know the ticket sales say differently, but
what were the sales?
It's 3,500.
Is that what the number was
of people attendance?
I think I saw 3,000 people. That sounds about right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the energy seemed really great, and
it was
sad I missed it.
Well, I'll tell you what was like a clever move by the pit was to make sure everyone stayed in their seats. They didn't bother opening any of the restrooms or concession stand lines, so there was no reason to get up.
I'm not going there.
Just stay there and watch the game.
Yes.
Also, I really like it when someone just brings me a beer. Like, that's my favorite. I know that's not their style there.
Like without asking?
No, you know, like who's drinking with the king? It's me. I want a Budweiser. I'm drinking with the king. Thank you for asking. Bring me one Budweiser.
I think Lobo concessions need to embrace some local. Because it was like Kilt Lifter. That's Arizona. Some hazy IPA from California. And Modelo.
Where's Red Door at?
Yeah, where's Red Door?
Put Red Door up.
Where's La Cumbre? Where's Bosque? Let's represent.
Pitt did look good on the TV, though, last night. Anne Marie's talking about it. Production was there by ESPN. Highlighted well. For some reason, what's this cat's name? The Lobo Juggalo? Juggalobo?
The Juggalobo.
He, for some reason, all over the postgame. Like, team gets a big win. It's just a camera on the Juggalobo.
Well, right after Fursinger hit the winning shot, he went straight to the Juggalobo and drug him on court to celebrate.
Dog, you said winning shot. He hit the winning 4 shots in a row.
He had
8 of the final 8. He was like, oh, we need 8? Cool. I'm your guy.
Hey, thanks, shooters, for getting us here. Big boy's going to take us home.
He's like, you know how you win games at the end? Feeding the big man.
The giant man.
Hey, for sure, though. He didn't call that. Kenny Thomas called that. That's a fact. We'll have Kenny on as soon as A. Marie connects with him. When are we called Kenny to have him on the program today? Because, we're not the morning show. You can have someone in the morning at any time. But whenever Kenny's like, listen, I got a game tonight. So
yeah, I'm coaching a game.
Yeah, he's like, I'll do it at 4 o'clock on the dot, but that's about it. Because he's a dialed-in dude. Kenny has that relaxed, fun energy. He's a dog. You know what I mean? He's one of the dudes. He's all business, though. 100% all business.
You got that quiet intensity. You ain't got to yell. You ain't got to bang his chest. You see it in his eyes.
A. Marie's reaching out right now. It was good to have a little spotlight that was the TBT too. I say little. I guess I mean magnificent spotlight. As far as Albuquerque sports go, hey, and I'm a big UNM guy. Give me football, give me basketball, Give me the Isotopes. Give me the United. Give me everything. This is like a special one. I think it's because every one is make it or break it, right? Every one is the big one. Every basket, that's the big one. Every time these cats run down the ramp at the pit, that could be the last time. Everything is just magnified because of the format. And to me, by the way, beating up on the pandemics from New Mexico State, to me that was the jam last night.
You got to feel that Lobo fan. I hope you show up again, Lobo fan. Yell for your boys. It's very important to have that home court advantage. Well, I know Lobo fans going to show up again tonight, but I don't know if they're going to be as bonkers as they were against the Panamanians.
Well, let's ask a guy who was there,
rivalry,
taking in all the energy in person, and that is UNM Lobo alum, heart of Albuquerque, and coach of your TBT and Chamois, Kenny Thomas, joining the program. Kenny, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Doing good, brother. We obviously were recapping last night and the excitement around it, and the 8 points you needed at the end, and kind of a little bit of a coaching change from shooters and runners to pounding it inside. We just wanted to talk to you about the venue, talk to you about the game, and talk about your excitement for tonight.
Yeah, let's do it, man. My voice sounds a little harsh. I was yelling last night.
Hard to yell over the screaming fans in there.
That's the highest I can go.
And it was, I don't know, it was about as good as anything I've seen in person basketball-wise, and a little bit of deja vu for you as you went up 23 in the first half as you did the exact same way against Stillwater last year. And then those adjustments that didn't come through last year, they came through in droves this year, and you guys put the hammer down at the end.
Man, see, why are you still talking about last year? We redeemed ourselves, man.
Super.
Last year was one of those situations where we were coming in as rookies, I would say, for TBT, right? And we had some pieces that just didn't gel well, right? And I think Ryan Berryman and B. Mace did a great job of adding some pieces to the team because I think Jamal Fenton is a great piece. Scott is a tremendous piece. I think the flow of the way that we're playing, it's a cohesive unit to a certain extent. But we have our hands full tonight with LaFonso Ellis' team, who I actually played against in the NBA for a couple of years, and it's going to come down to, I think those guys on the other side have some guys that can actually play in the NBA and do some good things. They're long, but at the same time, we're playing on our court. And this altitude is a big part of it, and we're going to try and run them because they're so big.
What kind of adjustment was it last night for you guys whenever whenever the Panamaniacs lost two of their guys early? Do you feel that need to call that on-court timeout and kind of reiterate adjusting to these new players, or was it a trust your guys and let them go out there and be boys?
Man, it was one of those things because you expect teams to go on runs, right? It was just a matter of when it was going to happen. And I think the guys stepped up at the right time, even though we had some really, really bad turnovers down the stretch. But my gut, I was going off of my instinct. And it's one of those things to where you got to let guys kind of play through it, right? Because you never know, especially with the rules and everything that come with the end of the game, the last 4 minutes. It could have been crucial, right? But I had some timeouts. I ended up not using like 2 30-second timeouts. But I think that one that I did call in front of our bench, I think that was huge.
Kenny, Evan Gilliard II was a problem. He was a problem last night. Is that someone you had to game plan for, or did the little lefty just come out of nowhere and ball out?
No, he's a lefty, man. You know how different it is because you're used to playing against right-handed guys the majority of the time, right? And he was a guy that got hot. And at the same time, he also had to come back and guard us, right? I think it came down the stretch to where the referees were making some ill-advised calls to a certain extent.
Agreed.
I told the guys, man, you got to play through this CBT, right? And it's one of those things to where with the rule change the last 4 minutes, where it's beneficial for the team that's losing, right? And getting over that hump and being up the way we were with like 7 I think it was like 7-8 points before we actually went into the last 4 minutes. I think that was crucial. And then once you get to that, trying to hit that number, I think we were at 80 and we needed 83. It comes down to getting good shots. And, man, getting a free throw and the ball back is crucial. And we got some stops down the stretch. And I have to say our guys are very patient and very professional down the stretch. And they got it done. So we got to try and do the same thing tonight.
Obviously, we all took it in and saw the play on the court. My question for you, though, is because you were talking about the gel of the team and how it's not the same team from last year and everyone coming together, there has to be a level of excitement around these players returning to the pit for a lot of them the first time in a long time. How do you keep the butterflies down, Coach? Like, what do you do to, like, keep these guys in a hey, you're ready to go and this moment's not too big kind of energy?
Man, it goes for me, too. I haven't been in the pit and played at or been a part of this type of level basketball in a long time. And, I mean, I got butterflies myself, right?
He's still undefeated against the Aggies.
Come in and be professional to where they got to know we got a lot of guys on the bench that played a crucial part in Lobo basketball when they played at UNM, right? And it's a matter of buying in and playing together. If you play together, there's a lot of weapons and a lot of different things that we have as far as gelling on the offensive end. But as you know, defense wins games, right? And we're going to have to rebound the ball really, really, really big tonight, all 5 guys at the same time, especially on the defense.
Kenny, I know the maintenance crew was upset last night because Scotty Bamforth shot the lights out.
So good.
Is that the game plan tonight? You going to let him loose again? You got your eyes on somebody else to step up?
No, like I trust God. Tone didn't, Anthony Mathis didn't play that good, but I don't expect him to come out and play the game that he played last night. Scott stepped up big, but you got to also consider when we went small ball and when I pulled JR out, we went small ball and Jamal Fenton was playing good. And it came down to Jamal, he was being that leader on the court at the end of the game to where I felt like he needed to be on the floor because he was making a lot of different things happen. And the thing about me, man, we're going to get up and down. The guys we're playing against tonight, they're big, like I said earlier, and we playing in the pit is to our advantage to get up and down. We just got to take good shots. And if we take good shots in transition, I don't think it's going to matter because they still got to guard us too, even though they're taller.
After hitting the Elam mark and you guys like just feeding the ball inside for so many consecutive points there at the very end, that was an effort you guys made on purpose. It was calculated, or was that just the flow of play for team enchantment?
No, it was. I got a great coaching staff.
Yeah.
Jermaine Robinson drew up a couple plays at the end. They were crucial because we were anticipating the switch because Scott had the hot hand, right? So that's how we were able to hit Joe in the switch. I think tonight we're going to end up having to play a little bit bigger at the 3 spot, especially when I give JR a rest. And I'm probably going to pop Joe in with Drew to where we are bigger.
Okay.
And then I'll just probably be spreading that rotation. And then at the guard spot, it's just a matter of probably rotating those guys to where we're fresh, to where we can get up and down the court.
So did JR sit down with you, talking JR Giddens, did JR sit down with you and say, hey, Coach, you got to write up a dunk somewhere in the game plan?
That's the question.
JR, he wanted one bad at the beginning of the game.
It was the thing about JR, especially with the age situation, starting the game out with him is crucial because we get him going. He brings a lot of energy, right?
Sure.
And his energy needs to be contained a little bit so he doesn't get another technical, right? Because I think that technical was a nice little shift in the Aggies' favor to where we had to get over that hump. And we can be emotional, but it comes down to us not hurting each other in the long run because there's a bigger picture here. And, I mean, if JR keeps going and he gets it done, hey, so be it. I just want the ball to go in the basket.
There it is.
He he's got that reputation as like a dog out there, right, by the fellow teammates. So it's whenever some of these guys meet him, and a lot of them I would assume for the first time, JR, how does he come across to the teammates? Is it immediate recognition of kind of the skill level and the veteran experience? Is it leadership on the court?
I think it's a little bit of everything because he does bring that dog, right? He's always been that type of player, but at the same time, you need to, JR and the other guys on the team, you need to find each other, especially when guys are open, right? I don't want guys to be too passive. I want guys to be aggressive, but we got to make that extra pass to where it's going to be beneficial for the team as a whole. Because if we do that, I think guys will limit when it comes to us going farther and as deep as we can in this tournament.
Albuquerque is obviously the link. UNM's obviously the link, but you had people coming in from all over the country. They're getting in at different times. They have the availability to practice at
all over
different
the
times.
world.
What's the how do you bring a unique situation like this together?
Well, it's one of those things where it was a little difficult because, like you guys said, there's guys that's coming from all over. There's guys that played over in Europe. There's guys that are in other states. But the common denominator is the fact that it's about Lobo basketball, right? And this is what this state needs, especially being in the summer. I think this could probably carry over into the actual Lobo season, right? Because people are not used to having Lobo basketball in the summer, right? I think this is going to start generating the hype for what's to come for UNM basketball as a whole and also the UNM athletics. It also comes down to guys buying into the philosophy of, hey, that extra pass, or hey, I'm going to come over and help my teammate. There was a couple guys that took charges, like Mathis took a charge, right? That's giving up your body, especially when Mathis isn't knocking down shots. So key moments like that is going to be needed tonight, and I think if we just stay focused and play within our game and get up and down, I'm not saying get up and down and just come down and take shots. I'm saying they got to be great shots, and we got to attack the basket, especially in transition.
All right, Coach, last one before we cut you loose. The Enchantment win tonight if they do what?
Man, there's a lot of different components that come with that, right? I know I've been telling you guys that Enchantment, we need to play together. If we play together, I can go out with a bang even if we lose, right? Because it all comes down to buying in, rebounding tonight because they're so big. And once we get the ball off the defensive glass, we got to go. We got to go. And we got to limit them to one possession, which is going to be key. I was telling the guys at shoot-around today, I don't care. When the shot goes up, find the body and hit them, and then go get the rebound. Because these guys are really long, and if we don't hit them, it's going to be a jump that we're not going to win.
Kenny Thomas, thank you so very much, brother.
Man, I appreciate you guys for having me, man. Everybody come out and support. Games at 7 o'clock tonight. Just come out. Last night was rocking. I appreciate that. It gave me goosebumps and it felt good. So people try to come out and support. If not, hey, hopefully we can get through this game tonight and have another one on Thursday.
That's how I feel.
Rock the pit, Lobo Nation.
7 o'clock tip-off tonight for Team Enchantment, and look for the 4 seed to move forward. That's how I feel about it. Coach Thomas, thank you.
I appreciate you guys. Hey, just to let you know, I'm here for the next couple months, so if you need me, let me know.
Oh, you already know.
All right.
We brought your name up today for the Sports Animal birthday party, Coach. So we're going to make sure we get an effort to get you out there. You know, you're going to be...
Isn't that weird? You guys are saying Coach.
Kenny Thomas, thank you. Good dude.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys have a good one.
Appreciate you. Good dude. He's good at this thing. He, obviously approachable, obviously relatable, but like, you were there at the end of the game when he's not rushing off the court. You know, he's there for the community. Yep. Let's break down that conversation, talk a little bit more TBT whenever we get back. The home run derby was also a banger yesterday. A bunch of updates on the live. And if there's dissension in the NFLPA right now. I want to talk about some stuff because we don't put enough positive stories out there. And I think a big eye-opening one came out today, and I'm going to tell you why I think it might change the culture a little bit of the NFL. NBA talk as well. We're 2 men on live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Pinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9, start our days at the YMCA Central New Mexico, spend our evenings at Hollow Spirits. This upcoming weekend, that's where New Mexico's vodka, Teller Vodka. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
We're taking a look at traffic right now. Our problem spot continues to be westbound on I-40. Those slowdowns continue to increase. We're seeing those start now around 4th Street. They're going to last until unserved. They're probably going to be with us through rush hour with the road construction and whatnot as you get closer to Coors there westbound I-40. So be prepared for that if you're headed that way this afternoon. Right now, everything else looking very nice here. The Metro I-25 is moving up to speed in both directions. Your river crossings, Paseo, Alameda, and Montano, they all look good as well.
Brought to you by the Senator Michael Padilla Job Fair. Looking for your next career opportunity? Talk to over 100 different companies this Wednesday at the 10th Annual Senator Michael Padilla Job Fair from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Harrison Middle School on Isleta Boulevard Southwest.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Jim Rome Show.
Obscenities flying, dudes trying to land haymakers, a participant flipping off everybody and then eating a pizza when it was over. That was good stuff. That was the best stuff. Baseball being baseball, guys being dudes, and punching each other in the face. That's how you do a base brawl. Let the hands go, flip off the fans, and eat a pepperoni pizza in the clubhouse.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal.
What if you could feel better and look better, and it could all start with one phone call? Guys, that's reality if you call New Mail. It's Jeff Symbieta. And gentlemen, for a while I've been telling you about New Mail, how thousands of men all over the country feel better because they went to New Mail and took care of things like fatigue, depression, even erectile dysfunction. Well, thousands of men are also taking advantage of New Mail's industry-leading hair restoration techniques. Hair restoration without side effects. Here's the number, 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or go to newmail, NUMALE.com. You have options. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser proven to regrow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants producing natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. And it works for men and women who want natural, thicker hair. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail.com.
In today's home mortgage market, it's important for consumers looking for a mortgage to shop around. The reason? We have just come out of the lowest rates in history, and many homeowners jumped in to take advantage, and mortgage lenders across the country were making huge profits. Today, the mortgage volume is a fraction of that, and these mortgage companies are in a panic with profits falling off the cliff. So what are they doing? They're charging borrowers interest rates and fees much higher than they deserve. That's because the higher rate and higher fees, the more profit. In other words, the lenders are maximizing profits on the backs of consumers. They are counting on borrowers not shopping that mortgage around. Indigo Mortgage will always try to get the borrower the lowest rate with the lowest fees, and we have saved homeowners many thousands of dollars over the years. So shop and shop local with your trusted local mortgage company, Indigo Mortgage, 836-5700 or on the net at indigomortgage.net, NMLS 231962 and 18834.
Record-breaking temperatures forecasted this summer. Unhealthy air quality due to wildfire smoke. New Mexico is in a mega drought.
Enhance your comfort, air quality, and save water with refrigerated air from Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Start your refrigerated air project today. Daniels offers best-in-the-business warranties, expert installers, and superior equipment. And the hassle of climbing onto your roof to replace swap cooler parts and start enjoying the comfort and reliability of an air conditioning system that works for you. Learn more at danielshvacnm.com.
Take us with you anywhere.
Well, anywhere with cell service.
Download the KNML app in the Google Play or iTunes App Store. Just search KNML.
back on the program. Cool move by coach, right? Game's like 2.5 hours. He's like, yeah, no problem. I'll come on. Absolute pro. I'll tell you what was interesting to me about the game too yesterday was before the game, that whole, because you know me, I run around town all day, right? It's Monday morning. I spent all weekend out of town. I was doing my Denver stuff, whatever, RMAC conference, banger of a Hall of Fame induction. As I'm up there, I get back, I got to catch up on everything. Somewhere around town, I'm going to whatever. I'm going to ProView. I'm going to Top Golf. I'm going to the Y. I'm doing all these different things. Everywhere I go, hey, you going to that TBT tonight? That thing's going to be the hotness. And I don't know where you get. Obviously, we're industry. I didn't see it on any billboards. I didn't see it on any TV. Like, the buzz was just people a-buzzing. Good energy behind that. Good energy.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd was raucous. They were really into it. And, hey, hardcore Lobo fan, I don't care how much you love the Lobos, you hate the Aggies more. Because the crowd was giving it to them even during warm-ups.
Yeah.
The second they entered the court, the second they saw a guy take a shot, like the crowd was really into it.
I tell you, I thought it was about 50-50. I thought it was about 50-50.
What, passionate guy versus passive guy?
Whenever, no. 100% passionate guy. But like supporter, about 50-50.
You think it was half Aggies?
I felt it to be half Aggies when the thing started off.
Oh, you're a crazy person. It was probably like 80-20.
I don't know if it was that generous.
The New Mexico State was well represented. I'm not going to say they weren't, but it was definitely a home court advantage for the Enchantment.
Definitely a home court advantage. To me, it reminded me of like, you ever see like a politician throw out like a first pitch or something, and the crowd base like be like right down the middle every time. That's what it felt like to me.
Oh, you mean when MLG did the first kick at United last weekend? Exactly like that?
Very similar to that.
Yeah.
And what's interesting though is like, say if you're like Ice Toast Park or whatever, right? Like the supporter section, they're cheering for MLG. Like the luxury boxes might be a little buoy up there. And down there at the pit, hey, because when you're at the pit, you're just at the pit. I don't care if you're wearing work boots. I don't care if you're wearing Louis. Like everyone's at the pit.
Right.
I felt it too. You and I sat down next to a couple state fans, pandemic fans, whatever. We sat down next to them, and we're just throwing jokes the entire time. There was an appreciation all the way around. It was like, oh, this is good entertainment. This is the fun. I was in on it. I was in on it heavy last night.
Well, they got a bonus. I mean, whoever sits next to us at a sporting event or some kind of event, you're going to get a bunch of free jokes, whether you want them or not.
That's a fact.
And hopefully you're a good sport about it, and they really were.
They really were. Everyone, though, all the time. It's like we're at the pit last night, and I mean, everyone. A-Marie wasn't there. What were you doing, A-Marie? You watching the money line and the home run derbies that you were doing last night?
I did. I watched that, and I watched TBT. You could watch TBT on streaming in your TVs at home.
And you're just yelling into the cloud. You're like, the fix is in for Albert.
No. And I had a lot of fun watching the Derby, and I caught a little bit of the Derek Jeter thing as well.
We watched that. We'll talk about that today as well. That was very good.
Albert Pujols in the first round hit exactly 20 more homers than I thought he would.
You're going to make fun of me, but that's who I picked.
For the whole thing?
Yeah, that's what I bet my $10 on, by the way, Fred. But I know we're going to talk about it today.
Why would we ever make fun of you for that? That's a very good bet. Historically speaking, he's hit more home runs than
because that's what I do. I pick the most ridiculous bet. He was plus 2,400.
It was not ridiculous, actually. He beat loser first overall Patrick Schwarber, who was number one. Peter Schwarber.
You're mixing two home
run
derby
what are you
participants
talking
together.
Because neither of them matter because none of them are Albert Pujols. AARP representative Albert Pujols.
That's still a great story that he won one round.
Heck yeah, it's a great story.
And didn't die because he's 50.
When he was...
You know how hot it is in L.A.?
It was 113 whenever I walked out of Sam's Club today. That's crazy hot.
Inside your car?
Well, I mean, whatever the thermostat thingy is on the black top of the car, I don't really know how it works.
Okay.
No, it's like legit 102 degrees.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
And it was that hot yesterday in LA.
It was that hot in LA?
It was a scorcher. I mean, everyone was talking about it.
Because none of those dudes were wearing hats, and I didn't get that. I know later on they did, but like the first two, it's like, what are you doing?
Sunscreen technology is way better than it used to be.
Yeah, but wear sunglasses though. Like that's what the brim of the hat is to protect my baby blue eyes, dog. That's the reason Josh Hamilton batted 50 points below his average in day games than he did versus night games.
Because it's soft or
No.
it's hung over.
Got baby blue eyes, just can't see.
Is that why?
I feel it.
The blue eyes?
I've been there.
The blue eyes is what did it?
You don't think it was the hangover?
I'm pretty sure it's a hangover.
How'd Ron Washington do during day games? Do pretty good too.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not a day game if you don't sleep. It's just still another night game.
Nice.
Thanks.
That's my thing on the home run derby. And by the way, didn't get to watch it live. That sucked. I was at the TBT. That didn't suck.
Well, representing the enchantment, baby. I did have the derby playing on my phone, but the game was so exciting I missed a lot of the derby.
I also had the derby up, and I was mostly in when it was St. Louis Cardinal Albert Pujols versus future St. Louis Cardinal Juan Soto. 15 years, 500 mil. Are you kidding me? Pay him right now.
That is cheap.
That's super cheap.
That's cheap for top 5 player in baseball. You could argue he's the best player in baseball.
No, the best player in baseball is Albert Pujols, and then maybe Juan Soto. How old is he?
Who?
23?
Soto's 23.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a Pujols 23
Pujols is 42.
or an actual. No, Pujols is like 48.
He's 48, easy.
Yeah,
42
47.
guys.
No, he's 47, 48.
Inside baseball right here.
Yeah.
I think I've told you this on air. Marie, you're not familiar. Right before I moved here from St. Louis,
Oh, I know you're from St. Louis.
I was hanging out with a gal who was allegedly his optometrist at the eye care, and she was like, he is absolutely not 43.
There's no way.
There's
he's been, however old he is, he's been 4 to 5 years older because when he was 18,
Correct.
he was actually 23.
That is 100% true.
And it's been
He
true
was
this
born
whole-
in 1980.
Allegedly.
Okay.
January 16th, 1980.
Interesting how the dates are different
Sorry.
on different websites.
Okay. Google Miguel Tejada.
See how old he is.
Google almost every Caribbean player.
The point is, he's in his 40s.
What's the name of the cat? The pitcher for the Twins? Super old, not old. It's all the time. They do it all the time.
Who was the last one to come out?
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah, the guy, not only was he older than he was supposed to be, he had a different name.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what was his name?
Patchel Patchel. I'm blowing it up. I'm screwing up the joke.
Satchel Paige?
Thank you.
Well, he was just old.
He was super old.
He's just really good until he was old.
And this has been happening forever. Do you remember Danny Almonte? This has been happening for literally all time. And the thing about Albert Pujols, to me anyways, is he was so good that it didn't matter. Like, executives were like, oh, hey, we know, but look.
Yeah.
Look.
That's good when he's 48.
Let's grab one real quick. More home run derby talk whenever we get back. I think it was the most important one of all time. I'll give you the number one reason why. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Homier? Get it done with home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
Well, traffic right now, we got a new crash to tell you about. It's westbound on I-40 as you approach University, and it is causing some slowdown. You're going to want to get over to the left to get through there as quickly as possible. Thanks to Russ for calling the traffic tracker hotline for that. Unfortunately, after you get past that, just a little further up on westbound I-40, you start to hit those construction slowdowns. They're going to start right around 4th Street or so, and they're going to last until Unser, so be aware of that if you're headed that way this afternoon. Right now, most everything else in the metro looks good. We do see a little bit of a slowdown southbound I-25. That's going to start around San Mateo and last until Montgomery. Your river crossings, Paseo, Alameda, and Montano, right now, they all look good. Save big at Computer Corner during the tax-free weekend, August 5th, 6th, and 7th. Order a new computer now at copcorner.com or call 881-2333. Pre-order now and pick it up on tax-free weekend. Serious savings at copcorner.com. This report is sponsored by Computer Corner. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state. Locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Little football coach Danny Gonzalez.
Obviously, there's something more than just what Coach Saban said the other night. As a college football coach and more as a fan, what's next going to happen? So I kind of enjoyed it. All the NIL conversations you did on Friday are great. I mean, nobody knows, so keep asking questions. You might find ideas that we don't even think about.
Local Talk. Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Home title theft. It's on the rise, and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves.
So the problem with a company like Home Title Lock is that they can get me in the middle of the crime, and that's your worst fear.
Are you already a victim? Find out today with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value, free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, your home for everything home. With Angie, you could cross your next project off your to-do list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, and we'll handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. Or browse reviews, compare quotes from pros, and connect instantly, all for free. For everything from routine maintenance to a dream remodel. Because however you want your project done, we'll get it done. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Southern Recipe
Pork Rinds. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds have the bacony crunch you crave in a protein-packed, low-carb snack. They're the pork rind that tastes best for just about any event. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds are also low-sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen, so it's a no-brainer. Get through the daily grind with Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at southernrecipe.com today.
Southern Recipe
Pork Rinds.
Available in the snack aisle at your local Winco today.
When some people peek under the hood, their first thought is, what's all this? You may as well be asking them to translate hieroglyphics in the Valley of Kings. If, on the other hand, you know automotive inside and out, from starter to tailpipe, good news. We're not looking for translators, but we need great mechanics, like you.
If you have 5 years experience working service space, Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair is hiring. Simply email your resume with contact info to leonardtire@aol.com. Leonard Tire and Automotive Repair has the career you are looking for. Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary tickets?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays. She needs to land a new project manager to clear her business's runways.
Yes, Mrs. O'Hara, we checked. Pygmy goats do not count as emotional support animals.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, back from the break. Hey, Marie, turn your microphone on, please. Hey, you're hosting the morning show tomorrow.
Yes, with Robert Buckdy Gibson.
What?
Okay, hold on.
That's a talented guy.
Hey, Siri, set a reminder for tomorrow at 6:59 a.m. to tune in to A. Marie and Robert Buckdy Gibson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, here from beautiful and historic Albuquerque, New Mexico, as they bring you sports and sports-adjacent content wrapped around laughter. Oh, only sports? Correction.
I mean, we can throw in some sports adjacent for you.
Thank you.
Directions not understood.
Or what do you call it? Influence? Influencer?
We are the top sports influencers in town.
Oh, okay. I'm slowly starting to understand.
We're so busy sports influencing tonight that we have to split up our forces and sports influence separately.
Because one of us has to be at the TBT and the other one has to be at a super secret All-Star Game watch party over at Josh Sushan's
I wish
house.
I could go.
Hey. Not super secret anymore.
Guy deserves a break, man. He's an all-star.
Get your game on. Go play. Fausto Carmona?
Yep.
So he played for the Cleveland Indians, which has been canceled. They've been canceled. I don't know if you know that. So they're now the Cleveland Guardians. By the way, clever name. Look into it.
He didn't play for the Guardians.
No.
He played for the Indians.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Indians is their dead name.
Correct.
Okay.
Which is insensitive.
Unless
historically you're referring to something.
Right.
An actual event, i.e. Fausto Carmona pitching for them.
Like if you're talking about Bruce Jenner in the Olympics, that works.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because that was who competed in the Olympics.
That's correct.
You don't refer to them as Bruce Jenner now.
No.
That's a dead name, and that's very insensitive.
It's a dead name.
Yeah.
Fausto Carmona?
Correct.
Also, like more than likely a dead guy's name. So Fausto Carmona was living a lie. His real name...
A couple of them.
A couple of them. So he had fake name, fake birthday.
Mm-hmm.
His real name, Roberto Hernandez, who, as you recall, killed my father. Now he...
I believe you're referring to Inigo Montoya.
My mistake. But Fausto Carmona was caught red-handed, and he's from the Dominican Republic.
Because he didn't go full face-off, change his face with somebody.
Take his face off.
Yes. He just kept the same face.
Correct.
And that poses a problem when you're trying to be a different person and you have the same face as the old person.
Correct. Yeah. Weak. And by the way, get a cooler name.
Fausto's pretty cool.
Fausto is pretty cool.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
So he is an example. Leo Nunez was actually Juan Carlos Oviedo.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of these dudes.
Yeah.
And this was a thing in the Dominican Republic for a long time where it was like, hey, you play here for a couple of years, get real good, and then we will work out all the numbers to get you fake birthdays, fake passy boys. We'll find you a dead name, and then you give us a little bit of a cut whenever you get over there and make the money.
Making that money.
You got a list in front of you?
It happens a lot. There's just a few of them I could remember.
Okay.
I couldn't find like a definitive list of all the players that cheated.
The Dominican Republic, they keep that off the end.
Ah, smart. So they can keep doing it.
Right.
Yeah. Like Albert Pujols. Isn't even his real name either.
It's not actually.
Yeah.
Are you bringing that up right now? Because I didn't know we were going to go there. I'll go there with you.
Okay.
So Albert Pujols' real name is Jose Alberto Pujols Alcantara.
Uh-huh.
No one calls him that. That's like if someone called me Manfred. Like no one calls me that.
Manfred Fitzgerald Slow.
Yeah, I mean, that middle one's not correct.
Oh, it's not?
But David Sampson, who was the president of the Marlins for 15 years-ish, adjacent, he's like literally everyone in baseball knows. He famously went on the Dan Le Batard show, which, is that still a show? Was that canceled too? They had
No, he was definitely canceled.
They had money dispute, to my recall.
He was canceled by ESPN. So I think they call that being fired.
Quote, there's not one person in baseball, not one executive that believes Albert Pujols is the age he says he is. The amount of fraud that was going on in the Dominican back in the day, the changing of names, birthdays, it would blow your mind. But I'm telling you, it's one of those, if you're good enough, you just overlook it kind of things.
Much like Pujols, who stayed good, even though he's 2, 3, 4, 5 years older than he says he is. It's impressive how well he played up until just a couple years ago.
You think he cheated?
When he kind of fell off a cliff. Cheated how?
PEDs.
I don't.
No?
No, I don't.
Because I'm telling you
I'm sure he tried really hard.
I feel that the best players got to be the best players because they all cheated. Like, we're going to talk about that Derek Jeter thing in a little bit. But I feel that it's easy to cheat if you trust the cheating system. And all the guys who got caught cheating, it's because they didn't follow the regimen. I'll give you Roger Clemens as an example. Roger Clemens knew the cycle. Roger Clemens had it figured out. No one ever caught Roger Clemens cheating. There's not a positive anything on Roger Clemens.
He's a way better cheater.
Way better at cheating.
Than all the cheaters that got caught.
D. Gordon deserved to get paid one time.
We mention this on the show every time this subject comes up.
The D. Gordon thing?
The Balco guy, Victor Conti, said publicly, not in secret, the only reason that these guys get busted is if they go off their regimen.
Yeah, they're lazy at cheating. Number one, they're lazy at playing baseball. That's why they're cheating. Number two, they're lazy at cheating because they're lazy. Not Albert Pujols. Hey, do you remember Albert Pujols was like, I'm going to play third baseman for the Cardinals? And they were like, no, because if you have to throw it across the diamond, you'll screw your shoulder up. So you're actually a first baseman. Go hit dingers, whatever your real name is.
Mm-hmm. Whatever your real name and age is.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, are you AARP yet?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
By the way, can you meet with every player of Caribbean, Cuban, Puerto Rican, Dominican descent and convince them to come play for our team? And he would do it.
If we break now, we're caught up.
Miguel Tejada.
Should have had him years ago.
Fooled my Astros.
Should have had him.
Rafael Furcal.
Before you keep running the list, let's grab one.
Let's do it.
And break it down just a little bit more. We're going to bump the Leonard Fournette segment. The truth on Leonard Fournette is he's too fat. 2 men on, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Here. I'd like to carry more parts, but I barely have room to think in my garage. Luckily, eBay Motors has all the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them. Can't imagine stocking that many parts. Where would I get all those shelves? eBay Motors. Let's ride.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors.
Well, we're still dealing with that crash westbound on I-40 as you approach University. You're going to see backup start around San Mateo. You're going to want to stay to the left to get around that. After you get past that, though, unfortunately, you hit more slowdowns on westbound I-40. We've got congestion and slowdowns starting around 4th Street and lasting until Unser. That's due mainly to that road construction there in that Coors to Unser area. So be careful headed that way this afternoon. Elsewhere around town, some minor slowdowns southbound on I-25. Those are going to start around San Mateo and last until Montgomery. And a little bit of a slowdown northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central.
This message is brought to you by Blake's Lottaburger.
Blake's Lottaburger has been a New Mexico icon for 70 years. Every burger is made with fresh, never frozen premium beef with green chili that's grown, harvested, and flame roasted in Hatch, New Mexico. Come try our new chocolate birthday cake shake to mark the occasion. Happy 70th birthday to Blake's Lottaburger.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Angie. Angie's list is now Angie. Tackle home projects big and small at Angie.com. It's not exactly surprising that there was a ton of buzz surrounding SEC Media Days this week. The guy that everybody was focused on was none other than Brian Kelly. Nobody knows exactly what's going to come flying out of his pie hole once he gets a rolling. I'm Jim Rome.
The Jim Rome Show.
Only a great team could end the Bullets dynasty, and the Colorado Avalanche are just that. They are great. You're not going to fluke your way to beating Tampa Bay 4 times in a series. Nobody had done that in 3 years. I'm not going to say the Avalanche were built to beat the Lightning, but the Avalanche were built to beat the Lightning. They've got youth and experience and amazing speed, and they have Cale Makar, a very special dude.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary tickets?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays. She needs to land a new project manager to clear her business's runways.
Yes, Mrs. O'Hara, we checked. Pygmy goats do not count as emotional support animals.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
record-breaking temperatures forecasted this summer. Unhealthy air quality due to wildfire smoke. New Mexico is in a mega drought.
Enhance your comfort, air quality, and save water with refrigerated air from Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Start your refrigerated air project today. Daniels offers best-in-the-business warranties, expert installers, and superior equipment. And the hassle of climbing onto your roof to replace swamp cooler parts, and start enjoying the comfort and reliability of an air conditioning system that works for you. Learn more at danielshvacnm.com.
Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary tickets?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays. She needs to land a new project manager to clear her business's runways.
Yes, Mrs. O'Hara, we checked. Pygmy goats do not count as emotional support animals.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. If the insurance companies treated you fair after you've been in an accident, we wouldn't be in business. They have teams of adjusters, investigators, and attorneys that are all working against you and want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. When we call, the insurance companies listen. We'll fight hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom. Don't settle for less. Call Lerner Rowe Injury Attorneys today at 544-4444. The call and the advice are free.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
The sports animal is now 27 years old. What we're saying is, it's now not creepy to tell us how good we look for our age. Just remember, we're not that kind of station. Creeper.
Hey Murray, you got any tickets to give away next hour? Anything going on?
Yeah, I do. I don't know if anyone's a big fan of Wiz Khalifa.
Black and yellow.
Big Pittsburgh guy. I wonder if he's upset about Heinz Field.
You could ask him August 2nd. We got how many? 4? 4 tickets to Wiz Khalifa. We're gonna give those away. I don't know. Next segment. Let's do that next segment.
Yeah.
Give away all 4 at once or 2 twos?
All right, let's give away 2 twos. But also, if you're super cool.
Are we doing like a call-in?
Ooh, how do you want to do it? Let's talk this one out on air.
Find out
a little production
who Hall's
on it.
real, Albert's real age.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Call in with the answer.
Any number between his claimed age of 42 and 100 will be accepted. Do not know. We'll do that at 5 o'clock. So when we come back, we'll do a little reminder on that. Giving away some Wiz Khalifa tickets. It's over at Live Nation, August the 2nd. These are some GA boys. So if you already got like a group of friends going and you're like on the fence about it, but here's the thing, you can stand next to the fence with the tickets that we give you. It's GA.
It's a great deal.
I went out to Isleta for Backstreet Boys. Have you guys seen Backstreet Boys in concert?
Oh.
Okay.
I didn't know Backstreet was back.
Yeah, they're
Did
back.
you take your lady
All
or
right.
did you just go for funsies?
Took my lady, obviously.
Smart.
And Backstreet Boys is just banger after banger after banger. There's not a single song from Backstreet Boys that wasn't a chart topper. Not one.
That they performed.
Did that?
I'm sure they had a lot on their albums that weren't chart toppers because of the logistics of putting every song on the radio.
Well, I mean, when you have like a label behind you, isn't it like easier to do that? Like I understand how labels work, and they can make anything a chart topper.
Did they do Bye Bye Bye?
I believe that's
Man.
in sync.
Yeah.
I believe that's in
Respect
sync.
greatness,
I
all
don't know
right?
what we're doing.
Oh. What about It's Gonna Be Me? Did they do that one?
Oh, boy.
Again.
What?
All right, here's the Wiz Khalifa banger. I'm going to name a Wiz Khalifa song. You tell me if it's a banger, okay?
Did Justin Timberlake look good in person? Did he age a lot? Or?
So they're not going to, NSYNC is not going to get back together. One of them doesn't need to do it.
But the Backstreet Boys, on the other hand, they got bills.
Well, and that's the thing. If they called Justin Timberlake and they were like, Justin Timberlake, we can make $1 million. And then Justin Timberlake would go, making $1 million isn't cool. Making $1 billion is.
What?
Why are you quoting social network lines, Justin? Just be you around us.
Is your concert schedule, I mean, can it work around the Memphis Grizzlies schedule?
Yeah. Can it work around your impossibly perfect life and in beautiful existence? Can it work around that, Justin? Wiz Khalifa song is this one. See You Again is a banger. That's an absolute banger. Sucker for Pain, banger. Shell Shocked, banger. Young, Wild, and Free, banger.
Ooh, I know that one.
I only know We Own It because it was in Fast and the Furious, but it's a banger. The Thrill, banger. Black and Yellow, obviously. Okay, low key. I'm going to go to this concert. Like, I didn't know I was going. I'm going now.
What about Work Hard, Play Hard? Isn't that
Oh, banger. Put it on there. The 2011 Rolling Papers, highly underrated. Highly. It's probably rated about perfect.
I don't know a lot of his music personally. So we decide what we're going to do. Like the first 2 people to call in get 2 tickets.
Let's do that. We'll do that when we get back.
Okay.
Hey,
the first 2?
I mean, what do you want to hang out?
No, let's do it.
Just give them away fast.
So, you want to answer a bunch of calls, or you just want to take the first 2?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I want the first 2.
Making it easy on you.
Hey, producing radio is not easy. Also, we've built a culture where we don't take enough calls, but we're really appreciative of the friends of the show. It's this stupid, really interactive live chat and stuff we do.
I don't know if A-Marie is as stringent as Vital is.
Hey, that's true. You let him through?
Yeah.
Just the good ones, though.
Vital straight hangs up on people.
I know.
He's like, no.
Like 10 seconds.
Grab one when we get back. Wiz Khalifa tickets and top of the hour. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal.
ACS provides the right response at the right time, answering 911 and 311 calls on mental health, addiction, and homelessness. ACS is Albuquerque Community Safety, and we're here to help.
We're still dealing with that crash westbound on I-40 as you approach University. You can see backup start around San Mateos. You're going to want to stay to the left to get around that. After you get past that, though, unfortunately, you hit more slowdowns on westbound I-40. We've got congestion and slowdowns starting around 4th Street and lasting until Unser. That's due mainly to that road construction there in that Coors to Unser area. So be careful headed that way this afternoon. Elsewhere around town, some minor slowdowns southbound on I-25. Those are going to start around San Mateo and last until Montgomery. And a little bit of a slowdown northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central.
Brought to you by the Senator Michael Padilla Job Fair. Looking for your next career opportunity? Talk to over 100 different companies this Wednesday at the 10th Annual Senator Michael Padilla Job Fair from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Harrison Middle School on the Saletta Boulevard Southwest.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state. Locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. This much we know. When NFL camps start to open up, the number one thing you want to avoid if you're a player is to trend on Twitter. In general, trending on Twitter is never a good thing, but if you're trending on Twitter at this time of year and you're in the NFL, it's probably because you showed up fat. You guys never trend on Twitter because they showed up in amazing shape. There are like 3 people in the history of the NFL who have ever trended for being swole. Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, and the weight room god himself, Laron Landry. That's it. That's your list. And if your name is trending right now, the way Leonard Fournette's was, there's a very good chance it'll be trending right next to another name, Eddie. Because as I mentioned before, the moment a running back puts on an extra pound or 2, Eddie's phone starts to blow up. Eddie gets dragged.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
O'Reilly. This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Live horse racing excitement returns Saturday, July 30th at Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino with first post at 6:05 p.m. Yes, it's back. Live racing at its best. Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays with first post 6:05 p.m. and Sundays at 1:30 p.m. Watch and wager on live simulcast at the Grandstand or First Turn Lounge while enjoying great food, your favorite beverages, and our amazing staff and service you've always enjoyed. Welcome back, New Mexico, in the heart of it all.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert D. Gibson.
This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and
Just having a little moment right there. Use your words, Avery.
Get your Wiz tickets.
505-246-0610, giving away
Pressing buttons over here.
Giving away Wiz Khalifa tickets. 2 of them for the lawn.
Someone did call during the break and was like,
did you
who's
get 'em?
Wiz Khalifa? No, he doesn't want them.
They said, who's Wiz Khalifa?
Nice. And guess what they were thinking you were really giving them away to?
What?
The United game.
Oh,
like, I'll take United tickets. I'm like, no.
No, really.
We're giving Wiz Khalifa tickets.
Wiz Khalifa tickets. Call the program. We got them for you. August the 2nd. August the 2nd is the date on that. 505-246-0610. Get your Wiz Khalifa. Catch them.
Before the rapper Wiz Khalifa, I always thought the Wiz Khalifa was the world's largest pile of processed cheese.
Wiz. Okay.
Wiz Khalifa.
Phones are going crazy over there at Poor Emery.
That's a mix of Cheese Whiz and the Burj Khalifa. You didn't get any of those references.
No one got that. Not a single person. And that's a smart audience, too. It's unfortunate for you.
Yeah, so smart they don't know who Wiz Khalifa is. Black and yellow, black and yellow. But he's from Pittsburgh.
Live Golf. Ooh, wee. Live Golf is kind of going all out there, huh?
Your boy's got some theories.
Give me your theories.
Okay. Saudi Arabia has all the money in the world. UAE has all the money in the world.
Right.
Why do they choose golf? They could choose any number of things to take over. Why golf first? Because this is like the practice round for taking over real important stuff in the world. So first, Saudi Arabia goes after golf because they saw a PGA as a soft target. We're going to go for this one first.
Do you say soft target?
And next is like the movie industry.
Well, no, because that one's a little different. Because I think the reason you're targeting golf is because, number one, it's a monopoly. Number one, it's the way it exists business-wise. It's got no competitor. Mm-hmm. It can take advantage of its labor force. It's kind of all those obvious regular things. Did you give away all those tickets already?
I mean, I gave away 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 2 more.
We can give away 2 more if you like. But people I love chatting with me. Sorry to interrupt this conversation, but Chris, our first winner, was just...
Congrats to Chris, friend of the show, Chris.
Yeah, he was trying not to curse with excitement. I was like, dude, you're not on air right now.
Not on air,
You can curse all you want.
My favorite part is as you're talking to Chris, which, I mean, took more than a moment on the phone. You got to get some information, explain, exchange pleasantries, the weather, obviously. Probably give you a betting line to see the phone lines lighting up.
We should give away the other two.
505-246-0610. Hey, Marie. Giving away Wiz Khalifa tickets. She's the best.
I'll tell you what, if you didn't get your hand on either set of tickets today...
Do it tomorrow?
Give away 2 more tomorrow.
I love that.
How about that?
Let's give away 2 tomorrow. We give away 2 the next day. Give away 2 Friday. Let's do them all.
They're all to Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. Also, Amory keeps hanging up on people, so...
I don't know. Keep calling.
Technology over here. 505-246-0610. So, but what you're talking about, it's an easy target, is the PGA, because the reason they've been so successful in the way they're doing it is there's no alternative. Right. The reason that they can run the house is because no one's challenging the house. So when Liv shows up, and Liv is like, we're actually going to pay a competitive wage, and you're like, Fred, competitive, and also, if you at me with any sort of Saudi Arabian, any sort of pro, to any sort of apologist, you're not hearing the concept here. By the way, everything's crooked. Like, don't for a second think it's not. Like, we're at a point now in capitalism where you're not going to find anything clean all the way through. It's just not going to happen with anything.
Never has.
Never has.
Never has.
So, that's why this was such an easy target, which is what you're talking about. Like, why does this group of Saudi oligarchs decide that we're going to go get this one? Number one, moves the meter. This is the story. This is the big one. But are you incorrect in thinking, there's going to be a live-style takeover of other sport?
What's next? Does it even have to be sports? Could be some other industry, some other uniquely American monopoly megalith. Like, it could be something huge that they go after next. Is it Hollywood? Is it the NBA?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What could it be?
Well, and you know the way that, like, Saudi Arabia, like, I'm going to use the word oligarch again.
Are they going to fund Amtrak?
Dog, they kind of already do. They fund Boeing. Saudi Arabia's a big ownership in Boeing. Like, that's airplanes.
That's such a funny word.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, if I had to pick an obvious one, because I always lean this way anyways, pro wrestling. Like, if Saudi were to put together hey, we're going to pay you and give you health insurance and make sure your CTE doesn't demise you and your family in the future, heck yeah, they could do it.
Does AEW not do that either?
No.
Oh. I thought AEW is supposed to be the healthy, modern alternative.
Yeah, it definitely packaged that way.
Compared to?
That's it. It's
by comparison, it's better.
Yeah, it's like if AEW stepped up to the plate, they could have hit a home run. They only hit a triple. And a triple's still really good.
It's still good.
You always want a triple.
Yeah. Little sack fly.
I feel like everyone needs to stop calling Amory.
Are the tickets given away yet, Amory?
She's on the phone still. There's so many calls. You want to talk sports and sports adjacent content? No calls. You want to talk Wiz Khalifa? All the tickets are gone.
All the tickets are gone.
Okay.
People love free tickets.
People love Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, but people love free stuff.
I will do anything for a free t-shirt.
At remotes, we still give away DVDs and CDs, and people it makes their day.
That's true. Oh, finally, the best of Garth Brooks on DVD. There's nowhere else I could easily get this accessibly.
Those go fast.
They do go fast.
It's hard to get Garth Brooks music, actually.
What? Are you messing with me?
He's not on Spotify or anything.
Where's he at?
I don't know. Amazon?
He's on, you know where I get him? Sirius. He has a channel.
Oh, he does.
What's the statute of limitations from you stealing from your own live remote? No one wanted that one wrestling movie. Didn't you take it just for giggles? Like, there's some DVD at one of our giveaways.
I'm assuming you're talking to Fred.
Yeah, so you're talking to me about a DVD of The Wrestler, which is a very good wrestling movie. It's got Mickey Rourke. But
no, not that. It's like some cheesy WWE production with offbeat wrestler.
You're right.
That's the only thing that didn't get awarded. No one wanted it. And Fred was like, is that a wrestling thing?
No, I didn't take it, though, because I don't own a DVD player.
I thought you took it as a joke because you didn't own a DVD player.
Where would I put a DVD?
Just frame it, put it on your mantle, maybe.
Like my one record?
Yes, exactly that vibe.
At my house, Amory, if you go to my house, there's one record. What's the Story? Morning Glory by Oasis. And that's it. That's the only record I own. It's for show. This is the best album of all time.
It's perfect beginning to end.
Everything about it.
Yeah.
It's the best pop album ever produced.
There's a limited amount of Perfect 10 albums.
Correct.
Oasis's What's the Story, Morning Glory just so happens to be
on the list.
I'm not saying Oasis is the greatest band of all time.
Today's I-9 Varsity is the I-9 Varsity of top 10, a Perfect 10
Perfect 10 albums?
Okay, you're in on this one, Marie?
Yes.
Perfect 10 albums. We'll do that at 6 o'clock.
Right at 6.
Wiz Khalifa tickets are gone. Who are
Yes.
our big winners? Chris and who?
Chris and Rhett.
Rhett, let's
Rhett.
go!
All right, LFG, Rhett.
I appreciate Rhett too because he gave me his nickname and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong name," and like, it's hard to spell. And I was like, "It's okay. What's your name?"
Big Rhett.
No, I didn't even know. I couldn't even understand what he was saying.
And did you just pick up the tickets here at the front desk?
No,
is it a will call thing?
The e-transfer. We do the e-transfer.
It's the e-transfer? That's way smarter.
Since COVID-19, it's way easier.
You can do an e-transfer with your nickname.
I believe that's true.
Yeah. You just need the proper email address.
You know what you do have to do? You have to get like the Ticketmaster app. That is part of it. So you got to have a smartphone. Living in the future, man.
So your email could be longdong69420.
Should not still be your adult email.
At Hotmail. And the tickets will still transfer. So don't worry about a nickname.
Don't worry about a nickname.
Brett.
They were both pumped about Wiz Khalifa.
Heck yes, they are.
Nice.
Also, if you see my 6'6" rear end there, come say hi. I'll be with my super either excited friend or my putting up with a girlfriend. Not sure which. It'll be a good night.
I didn't realize how many hits Wiz Khalifa had. Now I want to go. Only music I knew Wiz Khalifa is the Young, Wild, and Free song.
Which is a banger.
And then when he features an artist I actually like.
That Charlie Puth. That's his big banger.
Charlie Puth.
That See You Again song?
Charlie, isn't that the backup for the Detroit Lions in the 80s? Charlie Puth? Isn't that right?
I believe the cat's name is Charlie Puth. Is that not correct?
Let me look this up.
It is Charlie Puth. I know. You don't even have to look it up.
I didn't say you were wrong.
It's from the Fast and the Furious because it's been a long time. But it's like that. It's really good. It's a banger song. Because at the end, because that's when Paul Walker dies. You remember that's when we created the Paul Walker shot?
Aww.
To pay homage to Paul Walker?
By the way, bartenders out there, be nice to your patrons or they will order Paul Walker shots.
Gosh, do not serve that. Actually, I think in New Mexico, it's too many liqueurs at once. You can't serve it. Oh, hey, are you trying to get me emotional right now? This one hits.
There's Charlie.
Duh.
That's Charlie?
All right, I don't want to get depressing. It's like
No,
5 o'clock. We're going to have work. This is...
Hey, but also, when Vin Diesel...
consider it uplifting.
Vin Diesel pulls up next to the car with Paul Walker. And in RL, Paul Walker is not alive. But in canon, Paul Walker is alive. And his body double, who's his brother, is playing the role in Fast and the Furious. And he gives the little hand thing, you know what I'm talking about? Like you weirdo Volkswagen Bug drivers.
The 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
12 o'clock on the steering wheel?
Such a good song. Also, is Charlie Puth going to be at this concert? Family. Teddy Bridgewater is changing the game. Talk about that when we get back. I'm being serious right here. No hyperbole. As far as off-season commentary and contribution to the game,
it's a big deal.
Big deal. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Save big at Computer Corner during the tax-free weekend, August 5th, 6th, and 7th. Order a new computer now at copcorner.com or call 881-2333. Pre-order now.
They want to chat it up.
Free savings at Cop Corner.
They always do.
This report is sponsored by Computer Corner. Well, traffic right now, we are still dealing with that crash westbound on I-40 as you approach University. That crash affecting the right lane.
Maybe it's because I'm a lady.
Only after you get past it, you hit more convenience.
But also, yeah, no one's ever given me a problem.
Those will last until Unser, so be careful if you're headed out that way.
I get that a lot.
Northbound I-25 between Gibson and Central.
Part-time boys.
Things headed west on Paseo, Alameda, and Montana. They all look good right now. North of town, Albuquerque to Santa Fe, I-25 looking good in both directions there, and south of the city between Albuquerque and Los Lunas. Don't see any problems in either direction there.
Are you ready to make home homier? Get it done with home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Learn more at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. You belong. An equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required.
This report is brought to you by Kirtland Federal Credit Union.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
I'm going to tell you, think outside the box. The way it's always been about the majors, the tradition, the Masters, U.S. Open, the Open Championship, the PGA. But if LIV decides to create their own majors with major payouts, what is more important? Making insane amounts of money or a shot, a chance to go win a green jacket or a claret jug? Most of those guys will find it more important to make money.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
You'll never forget your first car. And you certainly will never forget your first car wreck. When this happens to you, you need an attorney who can help you get your car fixed, help you get all the medical attention you need, and help you get all the money you deserve. Don't deal with the insurance companies without an attorney. They have teams of lawyers and adjusters whose sole job is to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. When you're in a wreck and you need a check, call Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys today. We'll work hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom.
Insurance research council, July 2014.
Psst. Hey, parents, did you hear that this little one napping right here can get the COVID vaccine? Yup, the vaccine is now available for every kid 6 months old and up. And of course, it's safe and effective. So talk to a medical provider today to schedule an appointment. Visit vaccinenm.org/kids if you'd like to learn more.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message data rates may apply. Okay, guys over 40. This next one is for you, so listen up. We're talking about testosterone, specifically how our testosterone levels decline as we get older. Once you pass 40, your body just has less free testosterone. So what does this mean? Well, it can mean it's harder to stay in shape and that you can have less energy and drive. Not what we want, right? Fear not, because there's Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster brand at GNC, and guys all over are raving about it. Like Shane D, who said, I had no drive and was tanked out at the end of the day. After 3 months of taking Nugenix, my energy level is through the roof. I work out like most 19-year-olds. I'm 47. Guys, you can get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T just by texting STAPLE to 321321. It's the #1 selling free testosterone booster brand at GNC. Text now and they'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, their most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321321. That's STAPLE to 321321.
These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
The Isotopes are back in town this weekend. The fun kicks off Friday with the first 2,000 fans receiving Orbit Beach Towns, courtesy of Clanchine Fires and Internet Injury Workers, plus post-game fireworks. On Saturday, we're turning back the clock with Duke's Retro Night and more fireworks presented by Eastern New Mexico University. Then bring the pup this Sunday for Park in the Park. Albuquerque Isotopes Baseball, the best family entertainment in town.
The Duke City's home for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
I appreciate the friends of the show because it's a funny bit to keep calling A-Marie after the Wiz Khalifa tickets are gone. Stop calling A-Marie. Stop calling
Well,
at
if
505.
they want to call and talk to the boys, I understand. But they want to just call and talk to me, which people do sometimes. It's nice, but we just want to entertain y'all.
That's all we want. So do not call 505-246-0610
for Wiz Khalifa tickets.
For Wiz Khalifa tickets.
You gotta wait till tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Have some patience.
Please have some patience. But also, A-Marie will answer the phone.
People like to chat though. They like to have like a full-on conversation with me.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just want to ask a bunch of random questions. They're like, all right, see you later.
A-Marie, is Fred really as tall as he says he is?
Yeah, stuff like that.
We're at the
People are surprised by my height too.
You're not short.
No.
No. You wear big hair too.
Big hair.
Also, you got big hoop personality, and that's a thing too.
Yeah.
She got that
Well,
BHB.
swag.
BHB.
Yeah.
You wear that around.
Yeah.
We're at the game last night. It's me, Van, and Robert Gibson, and we're how we are with 3 little ducklings in a row. Doesn't matter who's leading when we're going somewhere. More than a fair share of friends of the show.
Sure.
But it's, hey, 2 men on.
Yep.
About 3 men.
F yeah. Like, what?
Yeah.
We don't have that brand. Like, we're not the F yeah guys.
Nah.
Well, we're not those either.
Yeah, we are not those.
Yeah. By the way, friends of the show, we're very approachable.
Oh my gosh.
Like, we're super nice.
Yeah, I mean, I
see us in public. You give us a dap. You can say hello.
To be honest, I'm only pretending to be on my cell phone.
You can ask a question. Don't ask to play with Robert's hair, though. That's weird.
That is weird. You can't run your fingers through Robert's hair.
Stop it. Stop it. It's weird.
Yeah,
Super
it's weird if you ask me.
Just don't touch Amory.
Don't touch anyone.
Oh,
it's the age of
Let's
consent.
not touch anyone. How about that?
Age of consent.
Hard yes on don't touch anyone. I hate being touched. But I will, hey, handshake. In regular handshake, by the way. I'm super Midwest. I just do the regular handshake.
Palm on palm, boy.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
What else do you need from me? Now, if you want to, like, do a deal with Van or whatever, like a Carlsbad connection that I don't know about, I get it. You guys are weird. Do your thing.
I know a lot of hand jive, too, though, so people bring their A game for handshakes with me.
Yeah, that's true.
I like to sneak in a Braveheart. I could do some hand jive. I can do the half hug. I'm pretty open to that stuff. Fred, though.
No.
Stick your hand out like a man.
And I'll correct it on the spot. I'll correct it like my father did. I'll say Junior.
You do slide in one of those MJ finger tickles every once in a while, though.
That little Michael Jackson.
So, friend of the show, if he gives you the signal, the palm tickle, it's on.
You're in the mix then.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pretend to be someone I'm not. And the reason I say it in that way, Teddy Bridgewater went out there. Teddy Bridgewater, who's been a quarterback for what, like 25 of the 30 teams in the NFL or something? Is he with the Dolphins now? Is that right? Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes.
He went to social media yesterday, and he says, I guess it would have been today. He went to social media today, and he says, hey, y'all, go ahead and stop pretending to be tough. Stop pretending to be quote-unquote gangsters. You're barely football tough. And he gives a diatribe. Quote, tired of seeing football players portray this tough guy image or pretend he's gangsta. You went to school, attended those classes, and some even got college degrees. So don't wait until you inherit this legal money from the league to decide that you want to be tough or portray a street image, because it's kids that's looking up to everything we do.
Yep.
Ooh, wee, boy.
That's the big one right there.
He says there may be a few in the NFL who are really about that life, but, quote, 98.5% are only football tough. Or, first of all, like, uniquely specific, that percent.
Yeah, 1.5%. Is he Bernie Sanders fan?
Like,
the top 1.5% of professional football players are actual gangsters.
quote, kids, don't be fooled. You can play ball, do the right thing, and they're still going to accept you. Look at me. I'm far from perfect, but I choose the ball route. I can still go to the hood and post up, and it's all love. I still keep the same 3 dudes around me. My people accept me for making all the right decisions and not falling victim or being tricked by the false image you see on the Instagram from a lot of ball players. Choose your path. Can't do both.
Boom.
Dang.
Cue John Cena music.
Do, 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 do.
Hey, you know what's gangster?
Louisville, it went hard. Ask Teddy Bridgewater.
You know what's gangster?
What's that?
Sticking your neck out and doing that.
Duh.
That is gangster.
Hey, you know what's gangster?
Calling out your own people and their own toxic culture. That took balls. You know who has giant balls? Gangsters.
Tell you what, in Teddy Bridgewater, I'm not familiar with like his social media or with his life. Teddy Bridgewater is going to the communities that he's from and helping. Leads men. That's so important.
And by the way, that's a lot of communities to help because he's played on every friggin' team. He's helped a lot of communities.
That's his jam. That's his super jam. You and I get out of, I would say, a bit. And we do a fair amount of things at and around this city, the surrounding cities.
You're right.
in an effort to help those that we can help, right?
Truth.
And I tell you what, the positive attention garnered from it, like going and working these camps and doing this fun stuff, we get paid in high fives.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth way more money than actual money I could get for making weird, poor decisions.
You are very correct.
There's a bunch of stuff here from Teddy Bridgewater, like delivering U-Hauls full of bikes to communities, toys for kids. I'm about that life. You know what life I'm not about? Greg Robinson life. Like, I'm not about pretending to be a gangster because you saw a gangster movie that was cool. If we were just talking Fast and Furious, I don't peel out of the parking lot at the movie theater. Don't pretend.
You did on the first Fast and Furious, so don't lie.
I was 16. That's not my fault. I was just a kid. I could have better role models like Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes.
I did not. Also, super bad handle. Teddy B H2O. It's very good.
Smart.
It's a good name.
Smart.
You know what his job title is on his website? Neighborhood Hope Dealer.
Oh, I love it so much.
Same.
I love it so much. I mean, and this is a culture that, like, what you do with your time, what you do with your money, how are you impacting your community?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's not like Gran Torino, old man slow on his front porch in his rocking chair. Oh, look at the way they dress. Can you believe how they do their hair?
I can't believe kids these days.
Oh my God, the world's going to pot. That's not what he's. That's not what.
The pot.
That's not what he's talking about. What he's talking about is having an impact on your community.
Yeah, go positive.
Yes. He's not the crotchety old man yelling at the clouds.
No.
He's like, he already makes a real impact on his community. He's led by example, and he's upset that his community hasn't followed his example. So now it's his turn to call them out. I love it. I love sticking your neck out.
From the live chat, friend of the show, Craig, says hello, but also updates us on his stolen car.
Oh my goodness.
Not found yet. Poor Craig.
I know who didn't steal it.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Nice.
From the live text, 505-246-0610. There's a lot of A-Marie love right now.
Oh, thank you guys. Girls.
Are you not being presented correctly, like elsewhere on the station? Do you
I am.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Got love from AM to PM.
Is
Nice.
super sweet.
Those are my two favorite Tylenols.
Your next comedy album, Love from AM to PM. Such a good name for an album.
Thank you.
Comedy albums to me are kind of unique too.
I have one coming out.
Like how long? 1 hour?
No. It's gonna be like 30 minutes.
That's super sweet though.
Like physical copies?
Are you going to do physical copies?
I might, just for funsies.
You should. Can you do a vinyl? I'll buy a vinyl.
Ooh, a vinyl would be cool.
You
I never
autograph
thought about
it?
that. I'm gonna check out the pricing, but yep, finishing it up
I got
in
one.
September. It's called Name 3 Players.
Okay.
Is that because people question your sports knowledge?
All the time.
That's a clever name.
Thank you.
You're also a feminist, but they don't ask you to name every woman in the history of the world.
Do they do that?
No, they don't.
It would be hard for me, like, to be you, obviously, because number one, you're funny and talented and capable, and I don't know what those things are like. But if someone were to be like, I think what I'm going to do is question your core knowledge on your chosen profession, I'd be like, are you dead A serious right now?
Well, JJ, Jeff, and I's favorite in the morning is someone will call in, and this caller will call in and be like, he'll only quiz me on, like, women's sports from the early 90s. Like, no other sports.
Were there any?
And I don't know if I'm more offended by that, but I'm like, okay, how old was I?
Yeah.
And
it's weird.
But it's weird, though, because it's only, like, early 90s. Like, women, I don't know.
So, obviously, Cheryl Miller, but then who else? There's, like, no one. Name all the women American gladiators. Go.
Electra.
Nitro. Oh, that was the man.
As a dude.
Sorry.
But thank
Great
you for
hair,
the
though.
inspo for some stand-up. Shout out to you, to all you people out there quizzing me.
You know one we get a lot is, it's cool you have a show. It's not for me. Yes, no, we get it. Yeah, we super get it. The station on purpose has two drastically different shows.
Yes.
They have one that's very good in the morning, and then they have us.
They have ours.
Sports and sports adjacent.
Yeah, that's.
Or what do you influencer?
We're both.
I'll try to remember. Sorry.
Try to put the
I know we're a team here.
We're trying to put the fun back in Fanatic. We're 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
All right, traffic right now. We are still dealing with crash cleanup westbound on I-40. That crash is at University. It's affecting the right lane and shoulder. Bad news is after you get past that, you're running into more slowdowns there on westbound I-40. Those will start around 4th Street and last until Unser. Northbound on I-25, we've got slowdowns between Gibson and Central. And we're seeing some minor slowdowns westbound on Paseo between Jefferson and the river. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state. Locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The BetQL model has you covered during the All-Star break. I'm Joe Giglio here to help you beat the books with BetQL. It's the slowest week on the sports calendar, but the BetQL model still has plenty of actionable data available. BetQL has 3 5-star bets posted for this week's MLS action, including a 5-star best bet on the Chicago Fire at plus 210 against Vancouver. BetQL also has a handful of 5-star and 4-star tennis bets listed, so there are plenty of ways to beat the books this week. I'm Joe Giglio. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetQL app.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch. Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
O'Reilly. This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street and we were back on the road in no time.
We now have more ways to fight COVID than ever with oral treatments for individuals at high risk for severe COVID who test positive.
And they can be taken from the comfort of home.
These treatments, if taken within 5 days of the first sign of symptoms, are effective at reducing the risk of hospitalization and severe outcomes.
This is a game changer for New Mexico.
For more information and to access treatment, visit findatreatmentnm.com.
Baseball, basketball, soccer, tennis. No matter what your game is, defense matters. Same thing goes for COVID-19. Help protect yourself with a booster shot. Now recommended for people 5 years and older. Schedule an appointment as soon as you are eligible following completion of your primary series. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech. In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you tired of living with chronic pain, knee pain, joint pain? Listen carefully because now there are new regenerative treatments available here. Hey, it's Jeff Sabieta. QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, is now open, giving lasting relief to people with joint pain using the latest in precision medicine with natural biologics. It's an exciting, non-surgical approach that can restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints and get you moving again. QC Kinetics has over 100 clinics nationwide and has treated thousands of patients with an incredible success and satisfaction rate. If you've got pain in your knees, shoulders, hip, or back, back, you need to check out these new treatments. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself with no downtime, no drugs, no surgery. Call now to schedule your free consultation with local medical professions at QC Kinetics. 505-226-8688. 505-226-8688. That's 505-226-8688.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Okay, so I'm like a pro at this thing, so I don't know if this is like a humble brag. Actually, I want your guys' opinion. How do you do at the office first thing in the morning after a long night? Like, is that a thing that comes easily to you, or is that, like, hard?
I'm a pro.
I'm a pro as well.
I just do it.
Yeah, you kind of just, like, do it, right? Wake up, take a cold shower, have a cup of coffee, go to business.
Shower's key.
Because there's not another option.
No.
Like, you have a late night, you still got stuff you got to do the next day.
Yep.
Juan Soto won the home run derby last night. He got to L.A. at about 1:30 in the morning, day of.
Why, you ask? Because the team, who he didn't agree to a long-term extension with, would not book him a private plane.
Would not. The Nationals refused to charter your boy a flight, so he had to fly
probably
coach.
Southwest.
Yeah. Want to get away? Yes, from the Nationals.
And he's going to.
Forever.
Welcome to San Diego, San Francisco, or possibly St. Louis.
There's no possibly about it. It's 100% St. Louis.
That's the last straw, right?
Yes, it's the last straw.
I mean, the Nationals were probably holding out hope that they'd say the right thing or get the right guy in the room, or some miracle might happen where he's like, you know what? Give me that contract back. I want to be a National. But then you refuse to get him a friggin' plane to wear your jersey, to wear your hat.
They're not smart.
At the home run derby and win the home run derby. Bye.
I don't know a ton about D.C., the area, but here's what I do know. A lot of people there. I don't know how the Washington Nationals didn't set up in a way to where they find just like a townie for Juan Soto to fall in love with and just try to be here forever.
Yeah.
Like, you wasted 4 years. Like, you could have...
Well, they did win the World Series championship.
Well, that was pretty fortunate of them.
Yeah.
But what they didn't do was introduce him to a business group that would have tricked him into investing into some franchise chicken restaurants so that he needed to stay because that's where his life is.
Couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. That's what you have to do. Baseball. What you don't do is scream out loud you're never going to trade Juan Soto up until a week ago, and now it's all the talk. And by the way, since you're already out the door, hey, you're going to LA, we don't expect you to ever come back. We're not going to send our plane out there. It'll have to come back empty. Trade you while you're gone.
So congratulations, Juan Soto.
And the St. Louis Cardinals.
He's the first player on the Live Baseball Tour.
Yeah, duh.
With this new $6 billion contract.
Dog, he's going to get $500 million on 15 years.
This is so mismanaged by the Washington Nationals.
So stupid.
That he's going to be so disgruntled, the trade cost is going to go down. Because you don't have to give him your best because you know he's gone. They wouldn't even get him an airplane to try to appease him, to go represent their organization in the home run derby. All the teams that are drooling over one of the best players in baseball, just be like, oh, they wouldn't even get him a plane?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to trade him this blue chip prospect.
Nope.
It's like, oh, so he's mad because he had to wait, because he got into town at 1:30 in the morning and still woke up and won the home run derby. Okay, we don't have to give him the international draft pool money. Cross that out.
You remember, they're going to be like, hey, listen, St. Louis is going to offer you $500 million in 15 years. We're going to offer you $501 million in 15 years. And Juan Soto's going to say, do you remember when you made me hitchhike across the country?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't just graduate with my liberal arts degree. I was going to the home run derby.
And St. Louis is like, Oh, you're hitchhiking? All aboard!
Hey, he's about to have enough money. He could buy his own plane.
Duh.
The Juan Soto Express.
Give me the Ric Flair treatment.
Go wherever you want.
Duh. Limousine riding? There's not a better way to show off the $400. Hey, is that a limousine? Oh, that guy must have $400. That's sweet.
Self-made 100 Air.
Yeah, what do you do? Hey, there could be 4 guys in there. It's like $100 a pop. That's a deal.
What? Hey, per hour.
And Juan is like, hey, commercial coach, first don't matter. I'm just going to mash dongs. Don't even care. I'm out here mashing dongers. Winning ships over his childhood hero, Albert Pujols.
Yeah, we definitely know he doesn't have a peanut allergy.
No.
Because he flew coach.
Duh.
With all the plebeians.
That's us, the sorry people, the 3 of us. We all fly coach. When's the last time you guys sat first class?
March.
That's more recent than I thought you were going to say.
It's been a minute for me.
Don't you hate our height, Fred, though? Like, sometimes Cal and I go a little splurge just so we can have room.
The only times I've flown first class...
If we have a long flight.
I did not pay myself. Those are the only times I've been first class.
Once I got upgraded because of reasons. And the last time, it's a great story. Can't tell the whole thing on here. The last time I sat in first class was because I befriended a Tina Turner impersonator on a plane to Japan. And I sat in first class with her.
Okay, you can't leave us in the cliffhanger.
Yeah. I'll give you the long version
later. I'll break.
Long story short, international timelines don't apply the way you think they do. So we have enough time for that story when we get back. We're 2 men on live from the John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio. We're powered by New Mexico Pinion Coffee. We play on Team I-9, start our days at the YMCA of Central New Mexico, spend our evenings at Hollow Spirits, and the weekend is for New Mexico's vodka, Teller Vodka. It's 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today. This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Well, some good news for you this afternoon with traffic. That crash westbound on I-40 as you approach University, that has now been cleared and things getting back up to speed there. Unfortunately, just a little further down on westbound I-40, you start to hit more congestion and slowdowns. These caused mainly by road construction going on, but they're going to start around 4th Street and last until Unser, so do be aware of that. Elsewhere around the city, southbound on I-25 between San Antonio and Montgomery, that is moving slow, and we're also seeing more slowdowns now westbound Paseo. Those are going to start right around Jefferson and last you until Coors.
This message brought to you by Matucci's.
Matucci's Bar Roma in Nob Hill at Wellesley and Central. Open for lunch every day of the week, serving quality Italian cuisine and fabulous craft cocktails. With 4 locations across Albuquerque and Rio Rancho, there's always a Matucci's near you.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with a CBS Sports Minute. According to Yahoo Sports, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook all spoke on the phone recently, vowing to make it work in LA. But are LeBron, AD, and Westbrook even having the same conversation? Is the communication so good that LeBron and AD can convince Westbrook to come off the bench? Also, were there any apologies issued? Clearly, Westbrook feels disrespected last year by his teammates, the fans, and the media. Until that air is cleared, I doubt anything will change. I'm Maggie Gray.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Orlando Magic shocked the world when they selected Paulo Banchero with the number 1 pick overall. Pretty much everybody thought that Orlando would take Jabari Smith or Chet Holmgren, but then the betting line swung wildly towards Banchero. The Magic were so quiet on Banchero that just about nobody knew or believed. Nobody except Vegas. Further proof that Vegas knows all, and those guys know more about the game than the guys playing it or coaching it.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Our homes, we protect them from intruders with security systems, but there's another kind of intruder most people aren't aware of until it's too late. Home title thieves. When a criminal transfers your home title to a fake identity and steals your title, no one will notify you. Not the police, not even your bank. Sadly, people find out when it's too late, when their home is sold out from under them, or the eviction notice comes. That's when the legal nightmare begins. You need Home Title Lock, America's leader in home title protection. For just pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. Cyber technology has made it easy for criminals to steal your home. Home Title Lock alerts you if your home becomes their target. Make sure you're not already a victim. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and for a limited time, get your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value, free with sign up. Again, that's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message data rates may apply. Okay, guys over 40. This next one is for you, so listen up. We're talking about testosterone, specifically how our testosterone levels decline as we get older. Once you pass 40, your body just has less free testosterone. So what does this mean? Well, it can mean it's harder to stay in shape and that you can have less energy and drive. Not what we want, right? Fear not, because there's Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster brand at GNC, and guys all over are raving about it. Like Shane D, who said, I had no drive and was tanked out at the end of the day. After 3 months of taking Nugenix, my energy level is through the roof. I work out like most 19-year-olds. I'm 47. Guys, you can get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T just by texting STAPLE to 321-321. It's the #1 selling free testosterone booster brand at GNC. Text now and they'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, their most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321-321. That's STAPLE to 321-321.
These comments are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness. I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. When you're hurt in a car wreck, time matters. The amount of time it takes you to call for help, the amount of time it takes you to get medical treatment, and the amount of time it takes you to call an attorney can all affect the value of your case. We have a team of professionals and a network of experts who are waiting to begin working on your case the moment you call. The faster you call us, the faster we can get you all the money you deserve. In a wreck, need a check? Call Looker Rowe Injury Attorney today at 544-4444. We're available 24/7. Insurance research council, July 2014.
Psst. Hey, parents, did you hear that this little one napping right here can get the COVID vaccine? Yep, the vaccine is now available for every kid 6 months old and up. And of course, it's safe and effective. So talk to a medical provider today to schedule an appointment. Visit vaccinenm.org/kids if you'd like to learn more.
Are you amped?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, bro. The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
DeAndre Ayton signed his max deal with the Suns, so free agency is officially over in the NBA. The Lakers don't have any players. The free agency is officially over.
Where are they going to find all these players?
There are none. All gone.
The Live Tour? Hey, congratulations. Hometown kiddo, Nolan Perry.
From Carlsbad.
Carlsbad High School senior. Drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays.
Let's go.
12th round.
Heck yeah.
He signed to go to Texas Tech. I bet he goes to college. Seems like that type of kid.
Texas Tech. What part of this Texas in that? That's on the west side?
That's way west Texas, in Lubbock.
Okay, so there is oil money there. You get an NIL deal, you go to Texas Tech.
Correct.
That's what you do. Yeah. And you get drafted again next year.
He's an absolute stud. He's going to be a super high pick. Well, no, he's got to go. You have to play at least 2 years?
No, you get drafted every year. That's not correct?
No, you have to play 2 years. There's a time played or age
okay.
for the MLB draft. I think he's got to go to Texas Tech for 2 years now.
So let me get this straight. You can come out of high school, but you can't come out of college?
You can come out of high school, but you can't leave your freshman year of college.
Oh, okay. Today I learned.
I didn't make the rules. I think it used to be 3 and it just changed to 2.
You think in the NFL?
No,
okay.
Not.
Comment on that. NBA free agency is over. 7 of the guys that were regularly in the rotation for the Lakers last year, not signed. No one's got them. Literally no one. The players that regularly played for the Lakers, they're not on teams. There was a chance for them to be on teams. They're not on teams.
Is there a senior NBA where all those Lakers players can play?
The Live. That's the thing with the Live, too. Where it's like Sergio Garcia just signed with the Live like 5 minutes ago. When's the last time you saw Sergio Garcia on a PGA event? Being serious.
I remember the year after I graduated high school, they had that special night match with Sergio Garcia and Tiger Woods. That was 21 years ago.
A long time.
Sergio Garcia hasn't been relevant in a minute. Nope. Still can golf his balls off, though.
Can he? Because he's not on TV. And that the Live is like, hey, don't worry, we'll just keep paying you.
Even though, like...
He's still on the PGA.
Is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
He played. Yes, he's still playing.
Oh, I haven't seen him on TV.
But he continues to get cut.
This is not a bit I'm doing right now. I'm saying, like, you telling me he's on there is a surprise to me because I've not seen him on my TV or on a leaderboard.
No.
But if you can go to Live and get paid, go.
He keeps showing up and making cuts and golfing on Sunday, but it's always like in between 20th and 40th place.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's not worth the amount of money.
The 20th to 40th PGA golfer.
What does that mean?
At the
is
Open,
the best you've ever seen in your life.
At the Open, he was 68th.
There you go.
This past weekend.
So that's very bad.
Compared to the whole world, that's excellent.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Compared to the 67 people in front of him, it's not great.
He finished -2, which is better.
So he's an aggressive mediocre is what I'm hearing. That's what you guys are
Yes,
saying.
but he is annoying. And negative. I don't like negativity.
I like that energy of not liking negativity.
Why are you being so negative about negativity?
Hey, but good for him.
Hey, you know what 2 negatives make?
Activity?
A positive.
Oh.
Got like 5 minutes in a second.
But he decided, and that's the thing about the Live, where it's about to take all the guys that are just in the mix, but they're not even in the mix. Sergio Garcia's not in the mix. And they're like, hey, we'll put you over here for some money. You got some name value, I guess. But then what's the PGA going to do? Hey, here's the thing. There's thousands of guys who are Sergio Garcia. Thousands.
Yeah.
You're just going to go get them.
I would say hundreds, but we get into this all the time.
Hide 6.
And this is...
Loser.
Oh, by the way, Lobo fans, sweet deal for Lobo football.
Oh, get that? What is that?
Get 2 tickets to all 6 home games.
What?
Okay?
Shut up.
Special deal. Contact your boys. I'll hook you up. Turquoise section, $8.25 a game. That's bonkers. There's only 15 of these deals left. Silver section, $139. Less than $12 a game. 120 of these left. Go to sportsanimalabq.com, click the Sweet Deal logo. That's a sweet deal.
So here's the thing about sweet deals. Me and you cannot buy them.
What?
Yeah, no, it's real.
Oh, we have press passes.
Well, there is that. But on the website where the sweet deals are, which, by the way, if you don't do those, it's super good value on stuff. But the sweet deals, you're set. It's not, you don't even have to worry about it anymore.
You could just get set up a fake name and email. Like, I would like 2 sweet deals for Fausto Carmona, please.
It's okay. You know what we do a good job about too?
Callbacks.
Well, there's that. But with the sweet deals, we know what section you're in. We know where your tickets are at. Like when we're at the games, we just swing by.
Say hi.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
505-246-0610. We will just stop by and say hi anyways.
Hey, also...
Even if you're not at the game.
Yeah.
If I'm not busy, I'll meet you at the Arby's on San Mateo.
And also, if you don't...
Marie, will you look up if there's an Arby's on San Mateo?
I would
Sure
assume
there is. There's a Denny's.
Okay.
There's definitely a Denny's or an Arby's.
Okay, Denny's is way safer. Let's go there.
Yeah, moon's over my vanny. But if you don't want us to hang out with you at the Lobo game or come by and say hi, then don't buy the sweet deal.
Wait, hold on. No. You should still buy the sweet deal.
Oh, okay.
We just won't go by.
Gift it to your enemy. And then they'll get the punishment that you feel like they deserve, which is exposure to us.
Who hates us? Vincent? Buy the sweet deal for Vincent.
Living rent-free.
We'll have to go hang out with him 3 hours every Saturday.
God, that'd be the worst. Sergio is gone. All these mid-level guys are gone. You said the best broadcaster went to Live?
Yeah.
Who's this cat?
Well, best obviously is subjective.
Okay.
But the most entertaining, and there's no challenge here whatsoever, David Faraday.
I'm not familiar with this.
Well, he's had a very modest career, but he had a TV show on the Golf Channel from 2011 to 2020, and he is beloved by the golf community.
Yeah, David Faraday is hilarious. He's a great interviewer. His golf commentary is spot on. He's like entertainment. He's the two men on of golf commentators, really.
Oh, like,
my God.
Yeah.
So like people who actually love golf don't care for him at all?
No. He bridges the divide in between people who love golf and don't love golf, like we do. People who love sports and don't love sports, we're that glue in the middle.
Because of one really good Wiz Khalifa segment?
I mean, we're the perineum of sports entertainment.
Hold on, let me Google that.
We're the space between.
Hey, Marie, go to the Goog. What is perineum?
Also known as the taint, or the huff, or the gooch.
Not familiar with that.
That's where sports adjacency lies. We're the perineum of sports talk.
So they had the best broadcast now? And Chuck, this is not real. Chuck Barkley is going to be a broadcaster for the Live?
He meets with them tomorrow.
Shut up.
Amory is correct. Barkley and Faraday, if they are the Liv's commentators, I'm in 100%.
Charles Barkley
And David Faraday might be Liv's golf commentators going forward. And that is a win.
Charles Barkley.
They don't need Tiger Woods if they got Faraday and Barkley.
Who works for Inside the NBA on TNT.
As of tomorrow, worked.
Tomorrow's his last day?
No, they're deciding he's meeting with them tomorrow.
Yeah, and he's going to get just this giant, goofy, size check with his name and just fill in whatever number you want. And then adios TNT, adios NBA, welcome to Live.
Who do you even put on Inside the NBA? No one can fill those shoes. I was pro-Live until right now.
For stealing Charles Barkley?
Don't ruin the one good thing about the NBA.
Charles Barkley's the one good thing about the NBA.
Inside the NBA is pretty good.
Shaq's entertaining.
Without Chuck?
Well, no, I think they're both good, separate and together. They're both funny.
They're both funny.
Amory's right.
Yeah, she's right.
Got like 20 seconds.
Is the I-9 Varsity of Perfect 10 albums. That at the top of the hour. Oh. Tune in on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. In July, Clark's keeps giving back. Give $1 or more at either Clark's location. They'll match the donation to support the New Mexico Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. New Mexico's own Clark's Pet Emporium thanks you for 50 great years. Visit clarkspets.com. This report is sponsored by Clark's Pet Emporium. Full traffic right now. Westbound I-40, a lot of slowdowns starting around the interchange. They're going to last you until Unser. Be very careful going through there this afternoon. Also, southbound on I-25, San Mateo to Montgomery. Quite a bit of congestion still there. And westbound on Paseo between Jefferson and Coors, moving slow at the moment as well. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, the largest selection of in-stock furniture in the state. Locally owned and operated. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message data rates may apply. Okay, guys over 40. This next one is for you, so listen up. We're talking about testosterone, specifically how our testosterone levels decline as we get older. Once you pass 40, your body just has less free testosterone. So what does this mean? Well, it can mean it's harder to stay in shape and that you can have less energy and drive. Not what we want, right? Fear not, because there's Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster brand at GNC, and guys all over are raving about it. Like Shane D, who said, I had no drive and was tanked out at the end of the day. After 3 months of taking Nugenix, my energy level is through the roof. I work out like most 19-year-olds. I'm 47. Guys, you can get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T just by texting STAPLE to 321-321. It's the #1 selling free testosterone booster brand at GNC. Text now and they'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, their most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help get you back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text STAPLE to 321-321. That's STAPLE to 321-321.
These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
What if you could feel better and look better, and it could all start with one phone call? Guys, that's reality if you call New Mail. It's Jeff Symbieta. And gentlemen, for a while I've been telling you about New Mail, how thousands of men all over the country feel better because they went to New Mail and took care of things like fatigue, depression, even erectile dysfunction. Well, thousands of men are also taking advantage of New Mail's industry-leading hair restoration techniques. Hair restoration without side effects. Here's the number. 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or go to Newmail, NUMALE.com. You have options. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser proven to regrow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants producing natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. And it works for men and women who want natural, thicker hair. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail.com.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque.
The Sports Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us. Now betting for the Sports Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Robert Buck D. Gibson. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Oh, good start right there, eh, Marie? 6 o'clock, welcome to Quitting Time. Today's I-9 Varsity is the I-9 Varsity of, what do we call it, Perfect 10 albums?
Perfect 10 albums.
We brought in a ringer, boys. Doug DeRocher joining us from Magic 99.5. Welcome, Dougie!
Overjoyed to be here. Thanks for having me.
I mean, how's afternoon drive over on Magic?
It's going great.
2 to 7 every day?
Yes, that is right. Technically, I have 9 minutes and 31 seconds. We're in a music sweep.
Of top 10.
Oh, my.
Top 10 bangers. This segment will last exactly 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Doug, you crack me up. Magic's good, though, right now, right? Giving away a lot of tickets.
Magic's always great.
It is. So here's my problem. When I first moved to town, Magic was my go-to. And I was like, I guess I'll go back into sports radio. So then I had to transition back over to us.
Bro, so you didn't listen to sports radio before you got the job? Is that what you're saying?
So I consider this art, and I'm an artisan, and I want to protect my art.
An artisan.
Top 10. So this is today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of Perfect 10 albums. Van, would you like to go first?
Go ahead, buddy.
All right, so we started this off because we were talking about Oasis's What's the Story Morning Glory.
Sure.
Which to me is an A to B absolute banger. Nothing about it is worth skipping. So I will lead with that. It's Oasis's What's the Story Morning Glory, arguably the best pop album of all time.
Oh, wow. Not even their best album. Definitely Maybe is the better album by Oasis. Absolutely.
Here we go.
Pinky's out.
That's their definitive album. And then, of course, the popular album that followed up. They got a little more mainstream attention because of that album. Yes.
Okay. I bet you're a Noel Gallagher.
He's a Noel guy. Yeah.
We're this is a big Liam fam over here.
I honestly still don't fully 100% know the difference. I'm not certain.
Never bothered. Never. No. Van, what do you got?
All right. First on my I-9 Varsity of Perfect 10 albums.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Katy Perry's Teenage Dream.
Okay. Gonna help me out here?
Well, I mean, we're talking about perfect 10s. And I don't know if you're a blonde guy or a brunette guy.
What you're doing
here? You're a busty or a thin.
Oh, we're not talking music, right? We're talking the artist.
See, the I-9 Varsity can be whatever you want it to be.
The interpretation, yeah.
So
take that, good kid, Mad City.
Katy Perry's Teenage Dream.
Hey, Marie, what do you got?
Prince, Purple Rain.
Okay, wrong word.
Okay, the movie was better, but it's super good.
Glass.
Doug, you're on deck.
It's a great. Well, you didn't give me any time.
Oh,
this
good.
one at all.
No,
perfect. Now, by perfect 10, what is your definition of this? Are we talking every song is a winner? Is that what we're talking?
Well, for A. Marie, her definition was trying to fit in with the masses and picking Purple Rain by Prince, and he didn't even make the best Batman soundtrack. I can't believe you'd go with that.
I love Prince. He's one of my favorite artists of all time.
I think my personal definition is I never hit the skip button. I think that's my definition. I got a couple of them here, obviously.
Never hit the skip button. Okay, that's so. Yeah, there's no throwaway song.
That's how I feel.
Basically, what you're saying. Siamese Dream, Smashing Pumpkins.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
Insanely good answer.
Okay. Yeah, very strong word.
I'm a Billy Corgan guy myself. I'm going to give you Bush's 16 Stone. Yeah.
Often give that answer.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It's the first album I ever bought. How fortunate I was. And that is still in the mix today in my rotation. Bush's 16 Stone, featuring Glycerine and Machine Head, just all hits.
I think that makes it into another category of bands who blew their entire creative wad on their first album, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a great
Third Eye Blind.
Did they have a second album? What was their album?
I'm sure they had other albums after that.
Razorblade Suitcase, not great. It was not a great album by Bush. It was
peaked early.
Swallow was the one off that, and that's not enough because everything's in. Bomb, Come Down, Machine, all those off 16 Stone were.
Gwen Stefani liked it.
Touche.
Liked. This in the historical sense.
First concert I ever saw, no doubt, opening for Alanis Morissette.
Really?
Take you back to the summer of '95. Van, what do you got?
Next on my I-9 varsity of perfect 10 albums, I'm going to go with Beyonce's Lemonade.
Okay.
And again, there's a theme developing here.
Yeah.
Extremely popular albums with massive blanket appeal.
A. Marie says bangers, and I
Not
agree.
my answer. Yes, definite bangers. If I only had a chance. How about you, Doug?
Gee, I threw my one out there. Now you want me to come up with another one?
You gotta, it's the varsity.
Okay. Oh, and no greatest hits albums, I'm assuming.
No greatest hits albums.
The best-selling album of all time, The Eagles.
Okay. I hate sticking in the 90s again, but I will go Beastie Boys, Check Your Head.
Oh, very niche.
Speaking of my
Check Your Head. Okay.
Licensed to Ill.
Would have gone with other ones.
Ill Communication.
Yeah.
That too.
All in the mix.
Or the underrated Paul's Boutique.
Well, that's like a critic's darling one. A lot of people would throw that out there, but I'm going to go with Check Your Head.
Okay, everyone go to silence for a second as A. Marie says the Beatles, Abbey Road.
Nope. Crazy, Sexy, Cool, TLC.
Oh, see.
Sorry.
There we go.
Sorry.
That's an actual.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Could have said Selena. You'd have got some positive calls.
Wiz Khalifa.
From the live chat, Boston, self-titled Boston. It's a very good album, insanely good. That's from friend of the show, Craig. The White
Of
Album.
course, Craig,
yes,
Boston sportsman,
of course,
chooses Boston by Boston.
Mother Love Bone. Okay, just right now it's getting a little too sensual for me.
I'm into that.
Macklemore's and Ryan Lewis, The Heist, was a big one for me. Whenever I bought the Heist album, I didn't think it was going to be anything. I thought it was just thrift shop. I just played it the other day driving back from Denver, and it was the 75 quickest minutes of my life. It's an absolute banger all the way through. Give me The Heist by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
I saw Macklemore live with Kesha, and I was like very impressed.
Slapped.
Like I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they have so many good songs.
Where did me and you see Froggy Fresh?
That would be Launchpad.
That's where I saw Macklemore too, and it was very good.
Ooh, he must have been on his way up then.
He was on the come up.
Thrift Shop just come out.
It was the new one, whatever the new one is.
I
Glorious.
saw Fall Out Boy at Launchpad. That was pretty. In 2004, that was pretty awesome.
They were the hotness for a minute. I don't think they put out any perfect tens.
No.
Their first album for me, but that's personal choice.
Van, more perfect tens?
Next on my I-9 varsity of perfect 10 albums.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the self-titled Shakira.
Okay.
By Shakira.
Okay. You got a type, huh?
I'm a big South American kind of
Yeah,
guy.
we're picking
Not
up.
that any of those
like
three are South American, but
some spice in my diet. I like some chili. I like some spice.
Some hips.
It
It sounds like you like hips.
Only the truthful kind.
The ones that don't lie.
Yeah, no lying. Nope.
Doug, this is every day of my life.
I was half expecting a Van to have brought up if it's not on his list already. How about The Chronic?
Hey,
okay.
Good answer. Actually, was just about to bring that up. Friend of the show, Chad, just texted us. Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
There you go.
All right. Multiple votes here. I like The Chronic because it revolutionized sampling. Hip-hop is always sampled, but The Chronic used sampling separate instruments to compose a whole new song. Dr. Dre really revolutionized sampling there with that album.
Sampling is interesting to me because For a long time, I don't think it was recognized correctly. I think people are just sampling to nauseum. And then if you look at me, who's not like, I don't know, like a vinyl head or like a needle enthusiast or whatever, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get all of this like conversation people are having. But now whenever it's like, oh, now I'm back in. Now I have the energy for it. But before I felt like an idiot because I didn't know. Made me hate it. Made me hate sampling.
Sure.
Guys, this is an obvious one. This is the number one. On the albums that are perfect 10s of all time, 1993's Pearl Jam's 10. Pearl Jam's 10 has only bangers.
Yep.
The name of the album is 10.
How many songs are there, Fred?
There are 10 songs.
Are you certain there's no bonus songs on that?
And it's based off of their favorite Seattle Supersonic, Mookie Blaylock.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Pearl Jam's 10 for the perfect 10 album.
I wish they had kept the name Mookie Blaylock, which I think would have been a better name.
Correct. I think he wouldn't let him. Is that your understanding?
Yeah, that's right.
They wanted it. They're like, we could do it. And they're like, no. He was like, that's my name. That's not an album.
That's okay. I once had a pet turtle named Carlos Baerga. So
I had a pet mouse named Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I had a dog when I was a child named Jeff Bagwell.
Really?
And he kept eating the neighbor's poop, so he changed his name to Einstein.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. It's not Jeff Bagwell.
I had a cat for a long time named Lance Berkman. For the obvious reason, I just loved Lance Berkman.
It's a large cat.
Yes.
Referred to as a big puma, possibly.
All right. And A-Marie's about to say Prince's Sign of the Times.
No.
Okay.
I said Purple Rain was his perfect 10 album.
I thought you were going to go for
Hey, Prince has a lot of perfect albums.
Thank you.
Blonde on Blonde by Bob Dylan. You want to throw out some more?
Fleetwood Mac.
Oh,
Rumors?
Yeah, Rumors slaps.
It has... Rumors is a great album, but to me it has a disgusting lack of Stevie Nicks. It needs more Stevie Nicks. There's too many non-Stevie Nickian human beings singing on that album.
Not going to get any sort of argument from me on that.
Sure.
I thought there was too much Joni Mitchell on Blue. Whatever.
She's the only artist on that album, right?
Okay, since you're going deep now, I'm going to throw you for a total loop on this.
All right.
Okay. Neil Diamond, Stones. It's 1969.
Okay.
I Am I Said. Old Neil Diamond, to me, absolutely rocks. In fact, I wish he'd been produced a little bit better. He could have rocked a little more. He could have been a little cooler. They gave him hokey kind of production on it. But you go to the 1960s, Neil Diamond, great songs. Great songs.
Okay, I'm going to have to dip my toe back into the Neil Diamond pool now with your recommendation.
Did Neil write as well?
He was like the epitome of fame to me when I was younger.
Well, that's because like you go up to like 70s and 80s, Neil Diamond was like that.
I think. Do you guys think it's important to write and produce your own music? Is that a big deal to you guys on an album?
No.
Me neither.
Yes.
It is to you?
Is it a big deal? Does it mean I can't enjoy the album as much? No, but you get way more credit as an artist to me if you write your own stuff.
There's something about that.
Yes. If you want album of the year, artist of the year, some kind of accreditation.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big thing in the hip-hop world that you can't be considered one of the greatest MCs unless you write 100% all of your lyrics. That I get. And for like recognition in the music world and the rock and roll world, yes, you should write and make all of your own music.
Nirvana's Nevermind.
Well, that's the pay scale. If you're in a band and you wrote the song, you'll make 5 times more if you get the songwriting credit than everyone else in the band.
But for like in music enjoyment, to like say, oh, that's a good album, that's a good song. Okay, well, who wrote it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to me, the best entertainer I've ever seen in person of all time, Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks does not write his bangers.
He's written only like 3 of his own songs.
And none of them are the best ones. Yeah. You don't think he's the best entertainer you've ever seen, Amory?
No, he is.
It's not even close, right?
No, he is.
It's the best show you'll ever see in person. Doug, you seen Garth?
I have never seen Garth.
You need to see Garth and he's doing other people's work. He just goes up and he puts on the show, and I'm like, that dude can do it. But also, if you're going to be like, hey, Fred, go check out like the Miseducational Lauryn Hill, I'm going to be like, I will do that as well, and that'll be insanely good. She wrote that entire thing.
What about T Swift?
Have you ever gone to a live show of an artist that you really liked, saw them live for the first time, and were extremely disappointed in a performance?
Bush.
A lot of hip-hop artists.
Yeah.
Hip-hop isn't great live. unless they're like really captivating and high energy, or if they have a live band. I'm a huge hip hop head. Hip hop live is not as good as you think it is.
You can't do the stadium thing.
Correct.
with most hip hop artists.
Right.
Bruno Mars is amazing live too.
I bet he hits.
Hits.
We went and saw Machine Gun Kelly. Terrible. Immediately following him, Halsey. She slapped.
Because she went on after Machine Gun Kelly.
Strong possibility.
That's a very good. Okay, last on my I-9 varsity of Perfect 10 album.
Yeah.
I'm going my favorite on the list and the most recent, Thank You Next by Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Big Ariana Grande guy. I get it, Mac Miller. Rest in peace.
I honestly don't even know this.
No, it's too much sometimes. Doug, where are you every day and where can the friends of the show find you?
Afternoon Drive every day on Magic 99.5.
Your world of talent. You want to stick around and talk All-Star Game? You got to go.
Gotta go.
All right, Doug, you're the best.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All-Star Game whenever we get back. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Traffic right now, things are starting to look better out there, but we've got a couple of slow spots I want to make you aware of. We'll start with westbound on I-40, which has been a problem spot all afternoon. Slowdowns still starting right around the interchange, and they're going to last until Unser. Be careful if you're headed out that way. Also, we're still seeing some slow spots on Paseo headed west this afternoon between Jefferson and the river. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
I enjoy watching guys who are not first-round picks in Draymond Green exceed expectations. I love smaller guys, Steph Curry, can take over games. They are the closest to the Showtime Lakers of anything I've ever seen. I just flat out enjoy watching them when they look like they're having fun. They're the closest thing I've ever seen to the Showtime Lakers.
Weekday mornings from 7 till 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a stuntman to do their home renovations.
Just finished a new sunroom, Mrs. C. The best part is I used candy glass for all the windows, so you can do this. And this. Doesn't hurt a bit either.
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
And if you don't want to take the long way to the kitchen, the walls are breakaway too. See?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. After you've been hurt in a car wreck, you wouldn't want to settle for getting half your car fixed. So why would you settle for getting half a check? The insurance companies have teams of adjusters and lawyers, and their sole job is to pay you as little as possible for your case. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys today. We'll work hard to get you all the money you deserve and to keep you out of the courtroom. Don't be a victim twice. Call us at 544-4444. The call and the advice are free.
Insurance Research Council, July 2014.
The Isotopes are back in town this weekend. The fun kicks off Friday with the first 2,000 fans receiving Orbit Beach Towns, courtesy of Clasheen Vias and Independent Injury Holders, plus post-game fireworks. On Saturday, we're turning back the clock with Duke's Retro Night and more fireworks presented by Eastern New Mexico University. Then bring the pup this Sunday for Park in the Park. Albuquerque Isotopes Baseball, the best family entertainment in town.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to get conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
Babbel's interactive lessons are created by real language teachers and voiced by real native speakers using a modern conversation-based method. So So in no time, you'll be speaking confidently about real-life topics in another language.
Nosotras vamos a México en 2 días y ahora hablamos español.
Gracias, Babel.
Sí, muchas gracias.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at babbel.com. Just go to babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Did you book the Townsend's 10th anniversary ticket?
Alona's travel agency is overbooked and experiencing delays. She needs to land a new project manager to clear her business's runways.
Yes, Mrs. O'Hara. We checked. Pygmy goats do not count as emotional support animals.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by interviewing on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
The Duke City's home for sports.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's a yes.
This is 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
My dad does. Here in the building, like the Cumulus Broadcast Center of the Universe, which I believe is the official name if you Google it. Like management goes, like there's a lot of office personnel, right? Like management goes home at like 5:30. And it's just like, I don't know, what is our job title? Talent?
Yeah.
So it's just us talent hanging out?
Sure.
And Eric Strauss, who, by the way, if you're listening to us, it's because you're not listening to Eric Strauss, like the two best options in town. He will poke his head in between every commercial break, just fire me up super fast, then I have to go back to jokes. Weird dynamic here at the workplace. Also, House of Strauss, 6 to 8 every day, is that right?
I believe you're correct.
Tune in to Eric after us.
That's a good plan.
Yeah. All-Star games right now. First pitch is gonna happen. Who's hurling tonight? Otane? Otane?
McClanahan for AL and LA's very own Clayton Kershaw for the NL.
No, I thought Otane. Or is he just DHing?
He's leading off and DHing, and he will also pitch sometime during the game.
That's what let him start. There would have been something fun to put Kershaw and
That would have been the best choices.
Would have been the best choices.
Actually, Kershaw's like the second choice off the Dodgers. Gonsolin is undefeated and has an ERA under 2. He's the best pitcher in the National League, and he barely got added onto the All-Star team.
Shane McCallahan sounds like a guy who...
Otani with a little single over the second baseman's head start off the game.
Jerseys are very good this year.
1 pitch, 1 hit.
Jerseys are very good this year. It's like a gunmetal for the AL.
The AL's so strong.
Yeah. Also, I'm a big fan of like through, like give me the same top and same bottom color. Like that mix match, like, hey, you know that old like,
was it Nike
colorway,
color smash, color.
Yeah. I'm also a fan of
having a stroke.
At this point in our lives, aren't we all a little bit? Mm-hmm. I really like monochromatic looks. I'm a big fan of that.
Having a stroke the American way, not the British way.
No. That's due to heat. That's the British way currently. Had a Shane McClanahan joke about playing the U.S. Olympic team in the 1980s, and we'll just leave that to be. Okay. Game is on, though. So, and by the way, it was supposed to be like a 6 o'clock start. First pitch was 6:21. Like, I don't know what's going on out in L.A.
They're Albuquerque time.
Yeah, right?
Well, they were waiting for all the L.A. Dodgers fans to show up to the game.
Yeah. They're like, we got to let the smog clear for our flyover.
Hey, look.
Figure it out.
Oh, the ump cam? That's strong word.
Yeah, Fox is doing a cool thing here. And again, we've talked about this. Worst score bug in the history of broadcast television is the current Fox Sports score bug.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not great at all.
Not great.
And the colors on it are red, white, and blue. No one on the field is wearing red, white, and blue. If you're tuning into this, first time, long time, whatever, and they just got Otani at first.
Oh, my goodness. You got picked off in the first inning of the All-Star game? Oh, my goodness.
Kershaw throws it to the best first baseman in the history of the planet, Paul Goldschmidt, and he puts the tag down. The All-Star game is for this stuff. It's for, like, making, like, dopey plays.
Lazy.
Yeah.
It's just lazy.
Well, you got to think it's an All-Star game.
Why would he try to pick me off? It's the All-Star game.
Whoop! Hey, no matter what, this bad boy ends in a tie after 9, so he can go to that home run derby off, right? No matter what.
Pretty, please.
1,000% yes.
Also, I'm really liking this ump cam. I hope his mic isn't turned on.
If there's
because I know what baseball players say to umpires, and it's not good.
They say, thank you, sir.
Not family programming.
An umpire calls a ball, and a player goes, thank you, sir. May I please have an up? All right, hear me out. Bottom of the 9th, National League, well, I guess. Yeah, National League has to bat. Albert Pujols is up, nobody on base, and you need a tying run. And the AL puts in Brad Lidge. And then Albert Pujols ties the game, and then we go to the home run off.
Then the other team wins because, to complete that reference, the Astros won the very next game after the Pujols moonshot and went to the World Series, where they were subsequently swept by the Chicago White Sox.
Before they traded away Lance Berkman to the St. Louis Cardinals, where he went on to win a World Series.
Who got sloppy seconds and got a ring.
I mean, absolutely solid contributor, especially on both innings where Freeze hit home runs or triples. Insanely charismatic and talented. Also, there is an Arby's on San Mateo near Academy.
Oh, thanks, guys.
From the texter, because this texter used to work there. It's a good one.
You learn a lot of life at Arby's.
Also from the texter, Thriller should have been in the mix for Perfect 10 albums. I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes.
Except that one stupid song with Paul McCartney that changed the vibe of the album.
I don't know that song. Is that where McCartney got points and then bought all where Michael Jackson got points and then bought all the Beatles albums?
Probably. He's like, oh, this kid's pretty good. I should buy all his albums.
Mark Chestnut, too hot for golf, too cold at home, recommended for the Perfect 10 album. That's not true. That's a reference to an episode of this program from months ago.
Could be a Perfect 10 track. I'm not familiar with what album it comes off of. Probably of the same name, to be honest.
This idea of this home run derby to end the game literally spurred like last night, like at happy hour. Like a fan was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to at Rob Manfred, and I think he'll do it, boys. He'll do it. He'll do it.
He'll do it.
They don't want to keep playing. You know what traffic is in LA? They want to get out of there. He'll do it. And MLB was like, yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah.
Pick 3 guys off your bench. They all take 3 swings. Where we're at.
Yeah, we're in.
Also, who pitches it? You need to call your own pitcher?
So the manager has to assign somebody before the game.
Okay.
You got to pick a guy. You pick your 3 hitters, too.
Before the game?
Correct.
Well, I mean, what if they get hurt?
So lucky for you, Fred, Mark Chestnut will be at the PRCA Rodeo at the New Mexico State Fair, September 16th, 2022.
Are you being serious?
This is not a paid advertisement, but we can hear the ongoing joke of this program. Too hot to fish, too hot to golf, too cold at home. You can hear that song in person.
St. Louis Cardinal Albert Pujols, who was in the home run derby yesterday, he used the bullpen catcher as his pitcher.
Right. He doesn't even throw him BP on a normal basis.
No.
He just likes him.
And I get that aspect of it. Like if you're going out and you don't think you're going to win it or whatever. But if you're a dude in your prime, hey, by the way, Pete Alonso, looked like he might have tweaked the back a little bit. I'm not sure on that.
Mm-hmm.
Is he playing tonight?
We'll see.
But I don't want to go with my high school coach. I want a guy who's going to throw money balls up there.
He's trying to win.
I'm trying to win.
Win.
There's money on this thing.
Like when Robinson Cano won it and his father was pitching to him and he couldn't get through the round because he had tears in his eyes. He had to wipe his eyes in between pitches, and such a beautiful moment.
None of that matters to me.
None of that. Give me the best pitcher.
Give me the best pitcher.
I don't want a stupid, nice moment.
No.
I want to win this thing.
Outside of Bryce Harper and his dad, I can't think of a time where I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But because Bryce Harper won it.
Who would you choose besides Brad Lidge?
Like, who's the best Moneyball BP guy?
Uh-huh.
And I can't pick Brad Lidge. Like, this is going to sound cliche, but, like, if I'm out, give me Adam Wainwright. Give me a guy who I know can just, like, put one over the plate at 76 miles per hour or whatever I need. And you pop it out. But I don't at all care to have whatever guy who was the doorman at my building for years.
Oh, that'd be a great story.
For who? The doorman?
Anybody listening?
You know what a better story is? Me splitting $300,000. Give me all the doll hairs.
I love this format. The playoffs are sacred. The best team should win that game. If it has to go 30 innings, so be it. If you're pulling people from the crowd to pitch and finish off the game, to have a proper win-loss, so be it. The home run derbies at the end of tied games, you know how amazing that would be for a kid? You get to go to a baseball game, and the game's tied, and instead of your parents saying, no, sweetie, you got school in the morning, come on, we got to go. Like, it's home run derby time. Like, so sweet.
A walk-off hit or a walk-off miss in a home run derby in a game, I'm pro of. We were talking about the TBT earlier today. The Elam rules, where there has to be a game-winning shot.
Strong word.
That's the best. We were talking about this last night at the game, where I'm like, hey, a big moment in basketball, like a game-winning moment in basketball, rivals anything in sports. And you immediately were like, walk-off home run? Same energy, bro.
Immediately.
Walk-off grounder to short, 6-4, it's over? No.
You would want Les Sweetland to be your batting practice pitcher. Les Sweetland has the highest season ERA of all time for anyone who qualifies for the ERA. At an ERA of 7.71.
Is a Major League Baseball pitcher?
In 1930. Yeah.
I don't think he's in the game anymore.
Led the leagues in home runs given. That's your guy. If your guy was in 1930.
Grab a break real quick. There was a little bit of controversy on the home run derby last night. We'll go into that. This is your segment, Amory, because it only matters because it matters to betting. I don't know anyone more familiar with the world of unnecessary sports gambling than Amory.
Let's go.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Telling it like it is.
And so now we look at Cleveland and we look at Baker Mayfield and we have a final report card. He completed 61% of his throws, had a passer rating at 87.8, and a lousy TD interception ratio less than 2-1. That's what he is. Colin, that's not fair. That's not fair. Colin, he's a terrible coach.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays at 1 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Ray Magliotta here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Pete's property manager just took an extended vacation.
Let's go see the dreams.
He needs a replacement before this becomes a cruel summer.
You wanted the lakefront for the 17th. How did this get double booked already?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly.
Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. Beat the heat before you hit the road with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'll ring you up in a second.
Kim, can you see if we have more acid wash?
Desmona's thrift store is the spot for killer vintage finds.
Oh, that looks fabulous on you.
Hey, can you do the register?
But her sales clerk situation feels pretty threadbare.
Oh, yeah. Let me clear out that fitting room.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Earn up to $500 in sponsored job credits by conducting interviews on Indeed. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
New Mexico Sports Authority, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Went to the TBT last night. Obviously, the home run derby was on. I guess they're not counting all the home runs.
Wait, what?
They missed a couple.
Kind of crazy.
How do you miss a couple?
So,
what happened was...
Yeah, this one's interesting. Because we were kind of joking a little bit earlier about that Bryce Harper year that he won. But in that Bryce Harper year, big home run here in the All-Star game.
By your boy, Goldie.
Well, Goldschmidt puts one up. So that year that Bryce Harper won, if you remember, his dad was just like a robot. Like, as fast as I can get one off, as fast as I can get one off, as fast as I can get one off. And I guess that's not really the rules. The rules is you're supposed to wait till it lands.
And the ump will even hold his hand up in the air to make sure you can't pitch yet.
Yeah.
It lowers that you can throw a pitch.
But, whatever. It doesn't really matter, right? It shouldn't really matter, right?
I mean, if it's the rules, it shouldn't matter. We're not. It's the home run derby, not like the 2017 season.
And who's keeping official count? Like, to me, it would be like somebody there. No, apparently it's ESPN. So if Schwarber is hitting dingers, he hits 20, but ESPN just doesn't put number 18 up there. What?
Technically, it's only 19.
Technically, it's only 19. And, like, if you're there, how do you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And if you're me, and by the way, it didn't change the outcome, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
People don't keep book at the home run derby.
Hey, but A. Marie does. Because she's the one that'll put $15. Yeah.
But it's never more than 20, if that makes anyone feel better.
Yeah, but hey,
that's the first thing on the 1-800-NEED-HELP gambling commercials.
It's never more than $20 on one bet.
Don't play with what you can't lose, i.e. A. Marie Castillo.
And in the Castillo house, they don't call it $20. They call it the Dragon. Yeah, we're just gonna chase the dragon on this one. We're just gonna put $20 down. We'll see what, I mean, there's a reason to tune in, right?
Yep.
Kind of, yep. Kind of crazy. I mean, this is like, how many people are there? How many people are in attendance? 50,000? No, it's Dodger Stadium. 65,000?
Yeah.
And then, how many people all over the world? All of them? You can't figure out how to count? And then, let's say you're, whatever, sportsbook. You know someone some money here? Did you pay out money you weren't supposed to pay out? That's where it matters.
That's a all bets are off situation. They mess it up like that. I mean, that's not on Vegas to do it.
You've ridden in a car with me. You know, where like someone does something stupid on the road, I'll be like, that's unacceptable. If you can't count home runs in a home run derby, that's legitimately unacceptable.
You don't have to count that high or that fast.
No.
No.
And they take breaks.
Well, I'm into the breaks. You get a little time out. You got to breathe.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Like, it's not like it's super fast paced.
I guess Soto had a home run controversy too. Like the pitch didn't leave the hand in time, and and you're like, "What are you doing here? Figure it out, guys. Figure it out."
He's at an unfair advantage because he got more pitches than his opponent. Therefore, more opportunities to hit home runs, and subsequently, more home runs. Did he cheat? I don't know. Is this an omen that he's going to the Astros? Let's hope so.
Immediately following the All-Star game last night was the captain. Did you guys watch the captain, this Derek Jeter thing?
I missed the captain.
I watched a little bit of it.
Okay, I watched it all. It's pretty good. So it's made by the Players Tribune. Derek Jeter is in on the group for the Players Tribune, also probably Saudi Arabia. Allegedly. So this thing, Derek Jeter tries to convince me that the Yankees were going out on a limb drafting Derek Jeter.
That's what it seems.
That's what I'm like, Derek.
He was like, when he talked about going down for like spring training and stuff, he's like, I had a bad spring training. Like they didn't, I don't know. I enjoyed it though. And I love seeing a young Derek Jeter.
You enjoyed it?
150 pounds. Yeah, I mean, I love that kind of stuff. I love like learning people's backstories. I know Yankees are either loved or hated, but I like Derek Jeter.
I don't like revisionist history.
I got that vibe.
That's what it was to me.
I'm gonna watch it because it's.
Did you watch the Brady thing?
What's the Brady thing?
The same concept, like, isn't the same concept that?
Like 8 hours on the tuck rule? No.
Oh no, I did not.
No. Don't they have like a similar thing like this?
Series
or whatever it is.
The problem with me is, we talk about this all the time as far as fandom goes. I don't have fandom for the NFL.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a fanatic for baseball, though.
I think we all know.
Yeah, I will watch anything that's baseball. But for
I've just heard you praise Tom Brady. That's all. But I don't know if it's part of your shtick.
Oh, we perpetually praise Tom Brady.
Yeah, and how can that be part of a shtick when it's part of my religion?
Oh my gosh.
So, Derek Jeter creates this whole documentary to be like, can't believe Houston took Phil Nevin over me. That's what this whole thing was trying to feel like. To me.
Oh, by the way, if Phil Nevin went to the Yankees, we'd be doing a documentary on Phil Nevin right now.
Could be a lot of truth there.
Yeah. So Jeter's not that good. He's a compiler. All right, he's just a compiler. He just stayed healthy. That's his only skill is staying healthy, being on a good team.
He took shots at Johnny Damon in this thing for some reason. He was like, when I was coming out of high school, the number one ranked guy in the country was this guy Johnny Damon. Obviously, I didn't know who he was, but I took that personally. And yes, we get it. You went on to beat Johnny Damon for years. We get that you're putting this in his face.
Yeah. Also, Johnny Damon got like a $200 million contract and never had to play for your Yankees. Who's a winner?
Johnny Damon? Johnny Damon was a Yankee.
Yeah. What? Johnny Damon got that giant contract to play on the Yankees and never had to play.
Oh, I understand. I didn't understand. I'm sorry. But that's what this thing felt like to me from Derek Jeter, where he was like, yeah, I grew up, in kind of a tough situation. And then a little bit later, like, so his parents taught at the university. Uh-huh. And you're like, okay, well, all right. He was like, and it was hard for me as a kid because, I was so persecuted. And then they have like a city official from Kalamazoo. They're like, yeah, it's actually a really diverse neighborhood. And everyone intertwines really well. And everything was like a little too contradictory for your boy.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Revisionist history.
That's what it was.
He's such a prominent figure. We know everything about him already. You don't need to create the story.
You hear me out.
Change the narrative.
If you'd have got Spike Lee to come in and do it, I'd been like, okay, let's make like that thing. You could have made that thing. It'd have been really good.
A true thing.
A true thing.
Yeah.
When I had COVID, I watched the thing on Stephon Marbury, and I'm like, okay, that's a good thing.
Right.
Because he's awful.
It's a compelling story. I think Jeter's history that we already know is a compelling story.
Yeah.
You know, it was really hard having amazing, supportive parents in a really nice neighborhood.
Yep.
And no one knowing what color and ethnicity I was, so I could sneak in and be friends with everybody. And I'm just a super talented athlete who had never had to take any chances and was supported and coddled my whole life. And then I got to go to the Yankees.
And when I faced that really tough adversity as a kid, when my belly button went from an innie to an outie, I just didn't know if I'd ever recover from it. And you're like, Derek, this is not the turmoil you're painting it to be. I'm the captain.
I mean, and there's that one time when right after Ice Ice Baby came out, and I put those lines in the side of my head, and I had to wait 6 weeks for them to grow out. That was a really hard time in my life.
Episode 2 comes out on Thursday, though, and I definitely won't miss it.
I'll get caught up by then.
He does this, you watched it, Amory. So at the very end, I don't know if you got to the end, but it's that 95 team that had Don Mattingly. That first year he went to the playoffs, right? And so obviously they lose to Seattle because the Yankees, according to Derek Jeter, the Yankees are all losers until he gets there.
Oh,
no. Okay, so just make sure that's understood. The Yankees never did anything before Derek Jeter. So he's like, yeah, there's a good play at second, and then Ken Griffey Jr. hit a big home run, and I'm just such a fan of baseball, I cheered. And then the Yankees bench was like, you don't get it, Derek Jeter. You don't even get the culture here. And it's like, Derek, you're flat out lying. You're just lying. He's like, yeah, Showalter was a pretty good manager, but you'll see. And then he's talking about Joe Torre, obviously, and it's like you're gross, Derek. You're not telling the actual story. Steinbrenner did not hate you. Why are you trying to tell me that the guy that made you the face of an entire city hated you? He did not. You'll see it when you watch it. You'll be like, this is...
It was basically the most beautiful day of my life. The weather was perfect. I had a beautiful woman on my arm, but the movie theater burnt the popcorn, so I'll never forget it.
The guy parked too close to me in the parking lot and had to squeeze into my door. The whole day was ruined. Wrapping up the program where we get back, whatever we missed, we will give to you. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Try Taco Bell's new cheesy double beef burritos now. A melty 3-cheese blend with nacho cheese sauce and double the seasoned beef in classic and spicy. At participating stores for a limited time while supplies last. Prices vary, tax extra. Double the seasoned beef as compared to BP Melt Burrito. This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
This is Andrew Perloff with a CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous with Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. Madden ratings aren't real life. Just don't tell that to NFL players. They're coming out this week, and as usual, people are mad. For good reasons. The Bengals' Jamar Chase wasn't a top 10 wide receiver. What? These guys get paid a ton of it. But I guarantee at some point, Chase is going to have a huge game, and the first thing he's going to say, take that. I'm Andrew Perloff.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Record-breaking temperatures forecasted this summer. Unhealthy air quality due to wildfire smoke as New Mexico is in a mega drought.
Enhance your comfort, air quality, and save water with refrigerated air from Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Start your refrigerated air project today. Daniels offers best-in-the-business warranties, expert installers, and superior equipment. And the hassle of climbing onto your roof to replace swamp cooler parts. And start enjoying the comfort and reliability of an air conditioning system that works for you. Learn more at danielshvacnm.com.
Is it just sneakers that sneak into your mind, or is it your kind of creativity from the midsole to your very soul? Before you unfolds a vision on the XPS. Within the styles and rubber, you're putting one foot in front of the other to create the track and the tread for all the thoughts in your head, turning ideas into action and gaining more traction with the XPS. Get into your universe at Dell.com/XPS. Verified for exceptional experiences with Intel Evo platform.
Anthony was working a dead-end job.
I was surviving, but I wasn't getting ahead anymore.
A friend told him about My Computer Career.
She's like, I'm already in the program. She's like, you'd be crazy if you don't do it. So I jumped right in and have not regretted it.
Anthony did it all online.
All you gotta do is have an internet connection, and you can do it.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
You need to check out My Computer Career. If it worked for me, it'll definitely work for you too.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Summer weather's rough on your vehicle. It's Jeff Symbieta. With rain, sun, and wind, you need to clean off all the road grime and re-wax your vehicle to protect the paint. On-the-spot automotive detailing is going to take care of that for you. OTS Detailing comes to you wherever, whenever it's convenient. And when they're done, your vehicle looks and feels like the day you took it off the lot. They also offer ceramic coating, the best protection for your investment, and it's warranted up to 5 years. As always, On the Spot offers a 10% discount to our military. Call today at 505-859-2859 or book online at otsdetailing.com.
The Two Cities home for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
How long we got, Amory?
7 minutes.
7 minutes?
It's never enough.
It's never enough.
You guys get a cool alarm.
Put that in ourselves.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
You should see our production meetings here. I don't know what your guys' production meetings look like. Ours are a lot of feet up. It's this phrase a lot. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if?
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
Yeah. You know what's cool? A radio show. You know what's even cooler? One that we make. Like, what? That's not profound, man. Shohei Ohtani's got a hit today. He's caught at first base. See ya.
That's embarrassing.
Rafael Devers reached on a walk. And
since the Angels will never make it to the playoffs, no one has seen Shohei Ohtani more than in this moment right now that he got picked off by Clayton Kershaw. The most eyes in the history of his career are finally on him right now. He gets picked off.
In case for any dumb reason, anyone in the country forgot about Paul Goldschmidt. Dinger.
You have to not know anything about baseball to forget about Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah.
He's been upper echelon for a decade now. And he has the highest OPS in all of baseball this year.
Did you know on balls hit off the barrel of the bat from fastballs on days that are overcast, Paul Goldschmidt has a release angle of 25 degrees and the ball travels regularly at over 96.1 miles per hour off the bat, meaning that he is greater than 21% of all Major League Baseball players whenever they face a guy that they've previously seen in their career.
Good Lord, I said OPS, not ex-WOBA.
Is that what you said?
OPS is just on base plus slugging. Any dumbski can do that one. Not like ex-WOBA.
I'm not biting on it, asking what that is. Did you know in games whenever the home team is actually playing in a neutral stadium that there's never a loss for the visitor because they're home too? What?
Well, I do know that Shohei Ohtani just committed a toot bland.
Oh, don't.
Amory, you know what a toot bland is?
Don't bite.
Yep. A toot bland is a very important statistic.
It's not true.
It's an acronym for thrown out on the base paths like a nincompoop. Toot bland.
We have 3 minutes left.
We're not the show that gives you like box scores and updates. Like,
Really?
There are some afternoon shows, like historically, where they'll be like, this after this, and this game starts at this. That's not the show. Everyone has the.
I think we understand that. I don't know who we is, but I understand.
The proverbial.
It's pretty universal that we're not that show.
From the live chat, Goldie destroyed that fastball, and I don't think that's a destructive enough word for what he did to that fastball. But there's Major League Baseball fan, and by the way, the fan we're talking about, the analytic fan, the numbers fan, they're not sports talk radio fan.
What do you mean? Yes, I am.
They're spreadsheet fan.
I can have both.
If you're a Van fan, first of all, put that on a t-shirt. And if you're not,
take it to our friends at Graphic Connection.
Yeah, and then everyone who likes Van Tate will buy one, and your sales will go through the roof. I ran into Van Tate last night at the TBT, like little name drop thing or whatever. I ran into Van Tate last night. And we're just cutting it up about like, there are hard lives out there. We are not currently living it. Like how cool it is to be on the bus of this TBT thing, because like the access to it, having Kenny Thomas on today, where it's like you get to see it from like that kind of like a special angle, and then be able to give it to all the friends of the show. That's excellent.
It was. I mean, we tried to tell you all last week.
Yeah.
All last week. We told you last night was going to be special.
Special.
Lobo alumni versus Aggie alumni.
Let's go.
It was going to be special. The pit was electric. It was a great game. Magnates of the city were out and about.
ESPN feature.
Yeah, on the ESPNs.
It was on the ESPNs.
On the ESPNs.
And the good TV one, not the crappy radio one.
And in 6 minutes, they're about to be on ESPN2.
That's a good ESPN. It used to be bad because it had hockey. It may have hockey again.
Out of all the ESPNs, it's at least the second best.
Of all the ESPNs?
All of them.
Oh, I would agree.
Yeah.
Miss me with regular ESPN often, though.
Too much Jeter stuff?
So I don't want to turn on my TV in the morning and be yelled. All right, so we talk about this a lot. If you were yelling at me first thing in the morning, we're not friends. TV, radio, people I know. That's why, Amory, your show is so dang good in the morning, because it's like, hey, wake up, and here's people who are talking to you consciously. Like, here are people who are friendly to you.
Sure.
This is not, I can't believe the outrage over this. No.
Derek Jeter did not have any problems in his life before he became a Yankee.
That never would have happened with Nomar and Short. Nomar?
Are you guys doing impressions of people on ESPN?
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah,
I thought we're both doing it really well.
I thought this was spot on.
I thought it was very good.
Pick up on this perfectly.
Yeah.
You turn it like, but in the afternoon, hey, give it to me. No, I'm in the middle of my day. We're striding here.
Got a few cups of coffee in you. You got a meal in you. Probably a little disappointment throughout your day. You're ready to be angry at something.
Ready to be angry. Ready to hear how Jock Peterson, former Albuquerque Isotope, is playing in the All-Star game, and I'm going to yell at you about how good he is. That's time to do it. Not in the morning. Don't do that to me.
Not first thing in the morning.
Not first thing in the morning.
Have some respect.
Heinz Field took down the ketchup bottle today at Heinz Field.
On that note.
Ketchup bottles.
Ketchup tomorrow.
Nice giant ketchup bottles. Where are these ketchup bottles going to go?
The world's largest ketchup bottle is in Collinsville, Illinois. You can Google that if you want. It's a water tower. How do
I can't control this because of Jared, so you have 40 seconds.
It's a whole water tower, man.
Hey, Marie, you going to do a lot of catch-up talk tomorrow morning on the opening drive?
Yeah, with Robert Buck D. Gibson.
There you go.
How exciting.
Man, any final words?
Too much for the time allotted, my friend, but I tell you what, anything we didn't cover, i.e. catch-up, check out with A. Marie and Robert Buck D. Gibson tomorrow morning.
Aw, good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow, Burke.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
How did